a plea for compromise.
Republicans, Democrats, come together. Find a little of reason.
Here at Terminal 4 at JFK, Phil just coming in from a long flight from the West Coast, a major delay, and he's pretty tired.
We'll see on my way back how well it goes. It is what it is. I can't control it, so hopefully I make it back.
Now, United, it seems, trying to be as customer-friendly as possible. They're telling passengers that they can cancel for any reason in the coming days and get a full refund, even if their flight is not canceled. Glenn Schuck for CBS News, New York.
As the government shutdown drags on, local governments are stepping up.
Some food help hotlines have seen calls for assistance spike by over 200%. 74-year-old Kat Powell was waiting for meals at the Salvation Army.
I hope that there's enough food for other people that would otherwise go hungry.
Some cities and counties have declared local emergencies over the food crisis. Contra Costa County Supervisor Candace Anderson says they're preparing to give out preloaded debit cards to CalFresh recipients.
It's shocking that we're talking about how do we prevent people from going hungry.
Matt Bigler for CBS News, Emeryville, California.
And this just in, Senate Democrats are now saying they will vote to end the government shutdown if Republicans agree to a one-year extension of health insurance premium subsidies. Fox Sports has fired NFL analyst Mark Sanchez and hired Drew Brees in his place for the network's number 4 crew. Sanchez has been off the air since he was stabbed during a fight with a truck driver over parking outside a hotel in Indianapolis a month ago. Supreme Court justices are deciding today whether to hear a case that could overturn the legality of gay marriage.
In a closed-door session, justices are debating taking up a case challenging same-sex marriage. The appeal is from a former Kentucky court clerk who refused to issue a marriage license to a gay couple in 2015. She said it violated her religious beliefs. They sued, and now she's appealed to the high court to try to get the lower court ruling overturned. The justices could say whether they'll hear the case as early as Monday. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
And the administration is asking a federal appeals court to block a district judge's order to distribute full SNAP benefits for November by today. Less than an hour before the close of the trading week, things are improving on Wall Street. The Dow is back in the green, but just barely. S&P 500 down fractionally. NASDAQ down about 0.5%. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive. See why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive to stay protected on the road. See for yourself at Progressive.com.
The SPD cracks another cold case wide open. Details coming up, but first, KIRO Newsradio Traffic. Here's Nate Connor.
Thanks, Heather. Wilcox Family Farm Eggs has the update. We're starting off our noon hour on a good note. Nothing major in your way. Plan on a few minutes delay if you are driving through downtown Seattle. South 5 is slow from Northgate into downtown. Linwood to Seattle, you're up to 25 minutes. North 5 is actually cleared up since our last report. Now just a minor slowing between the West Seattle Bridge and I-90. Both of our lake bridges are all clear. Tacoma to Olympia, 45 minutes. You've got a 2 to 3 mile backup now at the JBLM main gate to get through. And in Olympia, we have a new crash. It's southbound 101 right at the Evergreen Way on-ramp. This one just reported. Unclear which lane is blocked here. Cage-free eggs are good, free range are better, and mobile pasture-raised eggs are the best. Choose the best for your family. Locally fresh Wilcox Family Farms eggs. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch. As you heard on CBS, the FAA is grounding roughly 4% of airline trips at 40 major airports, including SeaTac. And if the government shutdown continues, that rate will jump to 10%. FlightAware now reporting that 28 flights at SeaTac have been canceled, 79 delays so far. Seattle police investigators solved their second cold case in less than a week.
Thomas Hess was found dead in his Seattle apartment on Valentine's Day 2015. Cause of death was asphyxia. His accused killer, 37-year-old Clay Fossey, has an extensive criminal past and is currently in prison in New Mexico. The case was solved by SPD Detective Rolf Norton, the same detective who solved the 31-year-old murder of Tanya Frazier earlier this week. SPD Chief Sean Barnes.
He is the best of the best in a department that does not rest until the job is done.
Fossey is now charged with first-degree murder. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Snohomish County deputies are searching for the hit-and-run driver who injured a man on Halloween. 47-year-old Chris Bender tells KIRO 7 TV he tried to confront the driver and passengers who were stealing candy and egging homes in the neighborhood.
You could hear the truck driving over me, and then it's floored going all the way up the hill out of the neighborhood.
Bender says he was left with a broken leg, broken rib, a head gash, and a concussion. Investigators are looking for a dark red Ford pickup truck. We're hearing from the family of a woman who was robbed and had her finger bitten off at her South Seattle home. More from KIRO 7 TV's Jack Beaulieu.
Emma Cotton's sons say their 88-year-old mother spent 3 days in the ICU with a brain bleed after the attack. On top of that, she has multiple fractures.
My mother's head was big as the size of a basketball. I didn't recognize her.
Doctors weren't able to reattach the finger because it was never found. The suspect was spotted by 2 nearby surveillance cameras and is still on the loose.
The Seattle Fire Department's former HR chief is suing the city for $2.5 million. She tells the Seattle Times she was fired in retaliation for reporting workplace misconduct like drinking on the job. The department is not commenting on the claim. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Cloudy skies today with highs in the mid-50s. It's 55 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy Friday, November 7th, everybody. I'm Jake Skorheim. That's Spike O'Neill.
Hey, brother.
It's Friday. We made it.
Oh, it's bittersweet. No, it's bittersweet.
We made it. Why is it bittersweet?
We're running out of week.
Oh, that's true.
We're running out of time.
Maybe they'll let us come in and do it on the weekend. Wouldn't that be fun? I'm very excited. We got a lot of stuff to get to. It's going to be a fun day. It's going to be, might even get some spicy conversations going back and forth. A lot of fun ahead, and let's just jump right into first things first. I'm very excited to have Luke Ducey, wonderful KIRO News Radio reporter, joining us now in studio. If you guys are not watching on YouTube, you're missing a sight. People think he's a handsome fellow. Welcome to the show, Luke.
Oh, I thank you for saying that.
You're welcome. Well, I didn't say it. People in the audience say it.
Well, people think you're handsome as well.
Well, you're why we got the new cameras and lighting.
Nice.
Oh, they weren't doing that for us.
No, yeah, I don't know if these cameras are working. Exactly.
No, I look great.
We look pretty washed
Luke
out.
looks great. I look great. You
look like a ghost.
You
My
do.
glasses off.
You do, man.
I know a good tan place. I'll hit you up with it. Yep.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, look at us.
Oh,
What is the? Why are?
look at me.
Are you wearing like pancake makeup?
I look like Edward Cullen.
I've been tanning.
Oh, that's what it is.
You know what I should do? I should get some of that sparkle stuff.
Oh my gosh! Now Edward's is he the?
He's a vampire.
Vampire
His
from
skin
Twilight,
sparkles
right?
in the sun.
Yeah.
Because,
Well, as does
skin
yours.
Of a killer, Bella.
As does yours.
What's that?
This is the skin of a killer, Bella.
This is the skin of a killer. Yeah. It's It's so desirable. Also, it was actually like kind of a hidden compliment I gave to myself.
You, buddy.
Let's get into first things first. Luke's on the show. We made it. Spike and I were making a joke before the show that I told him I was going to make him laugh, and so now I'm going to play you an audio clip that I think we should play every time we have Luke on the show. It fits perfectly. I can't believe we haven't used this every time.
Okay.
Here it is.
I am going to drop a deuce on everybody.
Bingo. Perfect.
I love it.
Do you know where it's from?
That sounded like Steve Carell.
Sounded like Steve Carell because it was. Excellent call. Office.
I am going to drop a deuce on everybody.
I love it.
There you go. That's Luke Ducey.
I've been waiting for some intro music or something like that. That's
The
it.
deuce is loose. Let's
He's
go.
ready to drop a deuce. We have
look, here comes management. Oh, boy.
No. Deuce means two.
It does. I get my mind. I'm such a juvenile.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing. I'm right. I'm sitting right here. I'm signing the release.
Deuce means two, and he has two stories to tell us today, which we're going to talk about. Two of them. One of them is FAA cancellations of local flights at SeaTac, and SeaTac's getting hit pretty hard, which we'll talk about in just a second. And then the other one we're going to talk about is something interesting that's happening in the mayoral race, which we're watching closely as Katie Wilson is now inching closer and closer to Bruce Harrell.
Yeah.
But does he have enough of a lead given how many votes they have left to count to hold on? We'll discuss all of that. But let's do the FAA stuff first and what's happening at SeaTac. Tell us a little bit about that.
All right. So as you know or may not know, SeaTac is one of 40 major airports around the country being impacted by the FAA, saying, hey, you've got to cut flights in these 40 major airports. According to FlightAware, you probably heard a little bit of this from Heather Bosch as well. At SeaTac this morning, I was counting as well, 28 flights canceled total, 79 delayed. By far this morning, I was checking them out in comparison with all these other 40 airports on a list. By far the worst numbers here at SeaTac than the other 40. Yes, by a lot. I don't know why. Maybe because we're so far away I think the closest airport in the list is maybe Denver. Is that right? Or maybe somewhere in California. I don't know if Portland's in there.
I don't think Portland is on there.
I don't think they are. So maybe it's like connecting. You got to get a flight to Seattle in order to turn around and start in the early morning the next day. 4% of all flights are being cut now. 10% of flights, if the government shutdown doesn't end, will be cut by next week. The big concern for the FAA and the Department of Transportation is air traffic controllers, staffing issues, and fatigue. Some workers are not coming to work, and those that are coming to work, they're tired, which begs the question, is it safe to fly? Well, I want you to listen to this. Here's what aviation expert Scott Hamilton said when we asked him that.
I have not flown since the third week of October, and I had decided to self-ground myself until the government is back at work. So that should tell you volumes right there.
So longtime aviation expert Scott Hamilton self-grounding himself.
That's like the captain of the Titanic waving at the ship as it leaves from the dock.
People already looking for alternatives. Hertz saying that their rentals have surged 20%. This week, car rentals.
People driving instead of flying, yeah.
So I heard a stat this morning that right now it's 4% of mandatory reductions in flights from the FAA's guidelines, with an escalation between now and next week to 6 and then to 8 and then to 10 by next Friday.
Correct.
So you said how many flights were canceled today?
Let me go back. 79 delayed, 28 flights canceled.
28 canceled.
Most of those smaller, like regional hopper kind of, and I don't know this. I think.
Yeah, we're only speculating why they're canceling which flights.
I think the FAA is, every airline is saying in all their statements, and we've got them all gathered, hey, we're looking for FAA guidance on this. And I think the FAA is saying, figure it out. And so they're canceling
do the least harm.
Regional jets rather than the big flights.
Which makes sense because they're going to have, far more passengers. They're going to have probably connecting flights through larger areas, which is going to mess up all of those systems.
Well, also explains why the massive increase in rental cars. You can't drive yourself to New York or Denver or Atlanta.
True.
But if you're trying to get to Spokane, Portland.
Flying to SeaTac, you go to the Tri-Cities or something like that, up to Vancouver, wherever.
KIRO 7 talked to a traveler, somebody actually at SeaTac shortly ago. Let's listen to this.
The chaos seems to be getting more and more frantic.
They have to keep us safe one way or the other. So if they need certain staffing to keep us safe, then that's what they have to do. But planes will fly and they'll just probably be tighter.
I will say this as a person who's not flying, so I don't have a ton of skin in the game and I don't have any plans to fly in the next few weeks. I am okay with them shutting down some of the flights. You don't want them to be pressed beyond what they're able to do safely.
We said this yesterday. We're both in total agreement. I think this is the right preemptive move.
Yeah.
I mean, Secretary Duffy said we're not going to wait until something catastrophic happens.
And these workers are going on at the seated what are they called?
The air traffic controllers.
Air traffic controllers.
Coast to coast, 6 weeks now.
They're going on 6 weeks without a paycheck. That's tough.
Many of them are taking second jobs.
Yeah,
many of them are calling in sick because they've got to make ends meet. They've got rent due. They've got food to buy. They've got kids to pay at daycare, whatever it might be.
It's not just that they're calling in sick saying, forget this, then I'm not working. A lot of them are saying, I'm going to take my sick days here because I got to go find income somewhere else and I'm taking another job.
Yeah. All right.
Did you see the headline, before we move on to the next story? I know we got a second story.
Yep.
Secretary Duffy said today that this could escalate to 20% of cancellations if the situation isn't corrected, alleviated, the shutdown soon.
We're already talking about how second plan for getting our kid home from college from Colorado
for the holiday.
Yeah. Do we drive down there and go get her, or do we? I don't know.
I know a guy.
If you know somebody, by the way, who's had to miss a flight from L.A. and can drive a Yoda up.
That's right. Oh yeah, I got Laura hooked me up.
Oh, you got a driver?
I've got a lead.
Oh, that's
I've got
fantastic.
a lead.
That's great.
Apparently, I've been.
Is it the Mandalorian?
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later because apparently I'm supposed to make a contract with this guy. I got to take some precautions. I've been warned by several people. Not that we don't trust this guy, but
Sounds like you don't.
Trust but verify. I'm just getting guidance from people. I think, hey, I don't care who you are, bring my Yoda home.
Yeah.
You
Do you know the story? He's got a
I have
Yoda
no
in
idea
LA?
what you're talking about.
Okay.
Bring my Yoda home.
Bring my Yoda. I was given a gift from Bob Rivers, the late Bob Rivers. We're doing a tribute show next Thursday night at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
Limited tickets still available.
Thank you very much. I was given a Yoda that was used in a movie. It's a movie prop. It's a full-size, life-size, actual Yoda. It's phenomenal. But it's down in Los Angeles. Bob's son is in possession of it. He's going to give it to me. He said, my dad would have wanted you to have it. But I've got to get up here. And it would cost more to ship it than it would for me to buy an airplane ticket.
Go down and get it.
Have them get an automated wheelchair, put Yoda in the chair, put him in a chair, and fly him up here is cheaper than it is to ship this thing. So, I mentioned on air, and a bunch of people joined the text line and says, hey, I got a friend coming up from LA. I'm going to be coming up from LA in December.
Yeah.
I can bring it home.
A lot
for you.
of Thanksgiving travel.
We do have great listeners, yes. But some other people said, man, put a little contract together, get a copy of his ID, all these things.
It's not a horrible idea to get a copy of his ID. But he's also doing you a solid.
Trust but verify, if I may quote
Why aren't you
President
all
Bush.
road tripping?
Down and back?
Yeah.
That would be fun.
It'd be fun.
Laura, you're all...
I'm a great driver.
The three of us?
Oh, I'm not going.
That's why we're not road tripping.
You guys should go, absolutely. You go.
We could take pictures of Yoda and all kinds of fun tourist attractions
I've got a phone full of that. I drove him across the country.
Social media gold.
You guys do that. I'll chip in. Luke can fill in for you, Spike, while you're gone, and we'll just keep checking in with you regularly.
It takes a village to bring Yoda home.
Go.
I love it. That is great serial content.
All right,
second story.
Let's get to the second of the deuce, and we have these. So Katie Wilson is gaining votes on Bruce Harrell. She's now down by. Let's see. She's down.
It's inside of 6%, right? I think the gap now is closed.
It's right underneath.
Yeah, 5-point-something%.
Yeah.
And so she's steadily going in the right direction.
Every vote count brings her closer.
Which is what people thought would happen. But people didn't anticipate that after the second dump of votes that he'd still have such a commanding. He actually gained a point in that second dump of votes.
Right.
Third dump of votes, she's starting to gain a little bit. But is there enough runway left for her to still win? Is that even possible at this point? Do you know how many votes are left to count?
It is. Yes, I do. I just found this out from King County Elections, and they just told me they've got 100. They're expecting 100,000 votes counted today. So this is a big day. This is a big dump of votes.
They're going to count 100,000 today?
They're 100,000.
I don't understand these people. Yesterday they could only do 30,000, but they can
it's been
three
averaging,
times it today?
It's been averaging 20, 30,000 a day.
Yeah.
And imagine that's votes coming in from various locales.
I guess we'll count faster.
Yeah.
Right now they've got all the votes in one centralized place where they can be more efficient in counting.
Let me rephrase that. Maybe not counting today, but maybe they were counting some yesterday, and they're ready to release the results of.
Okay.
Is a better way of saying that. And then, which leaves them another 120,000 votes for next week.
So
there's
count?
220,000 votes, ballots out there.
So this is a big turnout. It was bigger than they anticipated. It's bigger than it has been in the past, right? Because it's usually like
45% is the projection from King County right now. Could be higher, but they were ecstatic that they got to 45% voter turnout. It was expected between 35 and 40.
Because
45.
it's an off year, not even a midterm election.
Yeah.
It's an off year election, and those totals are traditionally
so as I'm
low.
looking at that graph of her votes coming in and how much she has left to catch up, she can still catch up.
She can. She needs to win, though, from here on out. Every single time that this ballot count comes down at 4 p.m. every day, and there are a lot of nerds out there, including me, who are, refresh. She has to win 55% or more of every count that comes out now to catch up. 55% catches her up to Harrell. More than that wins her the race.
She'll overtake
by a very close race.
And at this point,
what happens if they're tied?
That's when recount happens, right?
You start counting again.
Yeah.
And what's the difference where they start to say, like, oh, it's too close for us to call? I mean, is it just one vote? Would it just
I don't know the threshold.
Vote?
There is a threshold, I should know that.
I should have known that before I asked you. I apologize.
That's why we have Luke on. He has the answer
when
we have the
questions. He doesn't know,
well,
so
you should have prepped you better.
If we were gambling on this, and this was like, there's like a plus money bet right here on a recount, I'd put a little money on that right now.
On her?
You put money
on the recount. It's just, will there be a recount,
absolutely.
yes or no, 50-50?
Because it's looking close.
I put a little money on that.
There's a threshold with I think it's a 1 percentage point difference. It's a required, mandatory recount.
Yes, right. Let me drop a little bit, two things on you real fast that we learned today. So the deuce is dropping 2 more deuce. Can I say that?
A double deuce.
Yeah.
A double deuce.
I'm the deuce. I can say that.
I am going to drop a deuce on everybody.
Okay, go ahead.
So here's one is This was eye-opening to a lot of us, but not King County elections officials. I don't want to scare anyone out there, but Haley Watkins, a spokesperson, told me that half of the ballots they receive the Thursday after Election Day, so the ballots they started receiving yesterday, will not count. Now, and I asked how much of the 100 or 220,000 votes or ballots that you have left to count, what are we talking here? She says, well, we don't know yet. We don't know.
What does that mean?
Because they are typically not postmarked by the Postal Service in time. And I went, oh my God, that's crazy. And she said, whoa, that's pretty typical of every election.
It's typical that they don't get it. They don't get them in on time.
From the Thursday after Election Day, then they start seeing the ballots. They're like, oh, this one's not postmarked in time. It can't count.
Let me ask you this question: is this because people are sending it in late? Or is this because the Postal Service had them and they didn't postmark them?
Don't know that either. Now, I asked that question because that's in the news these days, right? And it'll affect mostly rural counties not getting things postmarked in time, because the rule is now that if the post office takes possession of your ballot, doesn't mean it's going to get postmarked that day. Could be an hour, it could be 2 days or 3 days before it gets postmarked. They don't know. The answer is we don't know yet. It will be looked into.
Is that why the Secretary of State told people to drop them off at a ballot box?
Yeah, exactly why the Secretary of State told them to drop it off at a ballot box.
So when this story broke last week, I based in common sense, I think, misinterpreted the story.
Right. You got it mostly right.
They said make sure it gets to a ballot box or a post office was also that was part of the story. Take it to a post office, not a post office, not a drop box, a blue mailbox.
Take it inside. But there was one step more to add to that was if you're the Postal Service and I say, hey, Spike, here you go, here's my ballot.
Postmark
Can
this.
you please
Stamp
postmark it in front of me so I can see that? That's the other step.
I didn't trust them because I don't think they do a very good job.
And I was flabbergasted by this. I made the assumption, and apparently it's in error, that if you hand it to a post office, if you drop it at a post office by 8 o'clock on election night, it's in their possession.
So it
is
count.
Secure. It should be postmarked as received by the deadline to vote. And in the post office, a U.S. federal post office possession, that's a valid ballot. But that's not the case because, as you mentioned, they could get to it in a couple days due to lack of staffing. What is the factor that says a U.S. post office has possession of my ballot, but it's not guaranteed to be postmarked, the requirement to be a valid ballot, until it's done that way, and that could happen a couple days after they receive it. I don't know how how's that legal? How's that the case?
These are great questions.
I have a simple answer for you.
Sure.
Because they're not run well, and they don't do a very good job.
Is that because of understaffing? I mean,
it's not understaffing. It's not underfunding.
They're not run well. How are they not run well? Do they?
This is government. That's why.
Well, that's not a guarantee. It's not done well. Sometimes government work is done very well.
No, it doesn't. It is a guarantee. I have a ton of numbers I can throw at you.
Please, tell me. I mean, here's the thing. I think if you can take a ballot from someone by 8 o'clock on Tuesday night, and you can't guarantee that that's
no.
received.
I agree with you. They should be able to do something simple, but they can't.
But why?
Because it's a giant it's a giant business. It's a giant government office that has no incentive to be better, and they're not. So they lose a ton of money.
Okay,
and that's why they're doing poorly.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say I was going to shift because I got one more awesome thing to tell you.
But I'll take awesome over whatever I have to say anytime.
No, I love your debates.
Okay, what's your awesome thing? Let's end on the highest of high notes.
So some possible insights into the Katie Wilson campaign, maybe getting a little nervous right now. After the Thursday ballot count, her campaign took to social media, blaming the King County election's slower than usual count for her modest 52% showing. She needs 55% of all these ballot counts.
That particular drop.
I asked King County elections, what about that? And the response was, when I told her, can we play it for you real fast? It's really quick. Here's what Haley Watkins said to that allegation.
People's emotions are high, anxiety is high, and I understand that. We'll keep providing the facts, and folks can keep saying whatever they want to say otherwise.
All right.
Angry there.
It's getting tense. It's getting tense.
Yeah. She should go eat her feelings by having some of her husband's delicious homemade breads. Wouldn't that be the best idea?
Well, it's Katie. Yeah, Katie Wilson.
Katie Wilson.
She's having baked something.
Kate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat some bread, chill out, relax, All right, that's Luke Ducey. I really want to talk about the Postal Service when we get back.
We got a whole.
Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, because I think they should be required to postmark my ballot if they've got it.
I agree with you, but I don't think they can.
Okay.
Because my contention is they're a government office and they just can't be successful.
Oh, I'd love
it's
to hear
almost
more.
in their DNA.
Okay.
Let's talk about it when we come back.
Super.
Maybe even argue about it a little bit.
I'm ready.
All
I'll
right.
get some caffeine.
We'll be right back.
On a 3-game win streak.
Got a man out there, the ball is caught.
Coming off a dominant win with the entire country watching.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
The Seahawks are back in front of the 12s, out to show the hype is real and looking to feast on some desert bird. Seahawks, Cardinals, Sunday at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 1:05. Pregame at 10 a.m.
The 12s hear the Hawks right here on KIRO Newsradio on 97.3 FM.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Hey, Brock Ewart here. It's such a joy for me to be joined by Shannon O'Kelly, President and CEO of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Shannon, I've heard so much about traveling physical therapists. What's that mean to you and IRG?
That's a great question, Brock. Traveling physical therapy right now, I think, is a fad, and a lot of young therapists are doing it, but they're missing opportunities that we provide here at IRG. And those things we provide at IRG are really important, and that's being part of a team and treating patients, building relationships, engaging with our community. That is so important. The other thing is they're not getting paid time off. A crew are paid time off, and they do not get continuing education, professional growth, and that is so important as a young therapist to have access to professional growth. The other thing is we have an enhanced compensation program here at IRG that our physical therapists, our occupational therapists can increase their earnings by engagement, outcomes, and intervention. That's what we're all about. We're about building a great culture for young therapists and all clinicians to work here.
Openings across the whole company. Head over to irgpt.com/careers, irgpt.com/careers.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Open enrollment for Medicare is underway. Are you ready? Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man here. Get organized now with a Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit from the Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program. Order your free copy today at insurance.wa.gov.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch. There's a new proposal to end the government shutdown. Senator Chuck Schumer says Democrats will vote to pass a temporary budget to reopen the government if it includes a 1-year extension of the tax credits that keep premiums under the Affordable Care Act lower.
Now, the ball is in the Republicans' court. We need Republicans to just say yes.
The shutdown is in its 38th day, and so many air traffic controllers are calling in sick instead of working without pay that the FAA is ordering airlines to cut 4% of their flights at the nation's busiest airports. That includes SeaTac. KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha is there.
With Thanksgiving holidays less than 3 weeks away, travelers are getting worried.
And there's big disruptions to life that might be more likely to find a solution. Hopefully these guys find solutions.
Now, in the Department of Transportation's order, 4% of flights cut today. That goes up to 6% on Tuesday, 8% on Thursday, and 10% a week from today.
Some federal SNAP food recipients tell KIRO News Radio that their debit cards are working again after a judge ordered the Trump administration to tap emergency funding. State leaders who administer the program have not yet confirmed that. The U.S. Supreme Court is being asked to reconsider a case involving gay marriage.
The appeal is from a former Kentucky court clerk who refused to issue a marriage license to a gay couple in 2015. She said it violated her religious beliefs. They sued, and now she's appealed to the high court to try to get the lower court ruling overturned. The justices could say whether they'll hear the case as early as Monday. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
The FBI has arrested a 19-year-old Kent man in connection with a foiled ISIS-inspired terror plot in Michigan that was supposed to take place on Halloween. More from KIRO 7 TV's Gary Horker.
His name is Saeed Ali Murr. Officials say he was in communication with 7 other accused ISIS supporters, many who are also in custody now. The FBI believes they were all planning to attack bars and clubs in the Detroit area. A couple of the suspects were arraigned this week in court.
He allegedly told the FBI he planned to travel to Syria to become an ISIS fighter. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 17 points. NASDAQ off 132. KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Heather. The Emerald Queen Casino has our update. Let's start you with our collision down in Olympia, southbound 101 at Evergreen Parkway. Right at that on-ramp, we've got a collision blocking the left lane. This is just before you hit Black Lake Boulevard. You're in about a mile and a half backup right now. Through JBLM, we're seeing building volume South 5 at the main gate. 3 miles solid backup right now. More slowing as you head into Olympia. Tacoma to Olympia up to 55 minutes. Here in Seattle, South 5, we're now heavy from Northgate into downtown. Linwood to Seattle has spiked to 35 minutes. Southbound 405, we're filling in from Factoria down to Northeast 44th by the VMAC. Bellevue to Renton, 15 minutes. And South 405 in Canyon Park at Beardsley Boulevard, we've got a collision. It's taking up your right lane. That backup starts just before 527. Linwood to Bellevue, 25 minutes. And a wind advisory in effect at the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. Comedian Tom Segura is back November 29th at the Emerald Queen Casino. Get ready for another night of nonstop laughs only at the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Cloudy skies with highs in the mid-50s. It is 55 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. We got into an interesting discussion a little bit earlier because we were talking about there was this big news during to the run up to the election on the 4th. Was it the 4th? 5th? 4th? 4th. Where we were told in our state, they said, hey, if you have a ballot that you want counted, don't take it to the post office.
Take it to a drop box.
Take it to a drop box.
Right.
And then we were both like, well, that seems kind of crazy. I always thought that I always was under the impression that, especially on election day, just get it into the mailbox, get it into one of those blue mailboxes early,
right,
and you should be good to go.
Before the final pickup. And then they said, make sure you take it to an actual post office.
Yeah, almost like seeing a notary. You're like, can I see you stamp that in person?
And that's the missing factor, as Luke mentioned in the last segment. Giving it to the post office itself, physically, before 8 p.m. on election night, isn't a guarantee of postmark, isn't a guarantee your ballot will be counted.
Yeah. And people are and now we're asking, people are also asking, people are saying, how is that possible that thousands and thousands of votes now probably won't get counted?
Head of King County election said up to 100,000 votes may be ineligible because they weren't postmarked in time.
Crazy.
That were in possession by the post office in some cases.
In some cases. Maybe not all, but in some cases. And it could have been that also people stupidly
dropped them in mailboxes.
Right. Late on Thursday night thinking, all right, I got it in before midnight. Now, obviously that wouldn't work, and they should have known that. If it's before midnight or whatever the number, fake number is I just came up with. But it leads to the question of why can't you trust the post office? And I was digging into this a little further because I was like, why isn't the post office trustworthy when it comes to delivering something that's so important as to, your local ballot? Did you know the post office has not made a profit in almost 20 years?
I did know that.
You did know that?
Yeah, for quite a few reasons, though. There are factors. First off, the post office, I think it was 2006, that a law was passed.
Last year they made a profit.
That said the post office had to fund pension accounts ahead of time, which is a noble, fine, goal. It's a worthy cause to make sure that everybody works.
It takes a lot out of their bottom line.
It takes out of their bottom line. And the post office began at that point in time they were the only game in town for decades, if not centuries, to get stuff where it had to go, unless you put it on a stagecoach with Wells Fargo.
Well, this is the interesting thing. We had a big discussion yesterday about why governments work or don't work, and the idea that Mondami was saying at the time he wants government to be touching everything, basically. And I thought that was not a good idea.
Better than Biden, got government touching everyone.
Smelling hair. I don't want government smelling hair.
That's why the statute of the justice has a nose blind on. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, the post op totally threw me off.
Sorry. So tell me why the post office sucks.
Well, here's what, and I want to caveat this by saying, the people who work for the post office, saints.
They're the greatest.
They're the greatest.
Yeah.
Through rain or sleet or snow or hail, they're fantastic. We know our post office guy. I wave at him every day when I'm
your daily mail carrier?
My daily mail carrier is a good dude.
Tip him out at
nice
Christmas.
Guy.
Boom.
Nice guy.
You bet.
Yeah, and I see him, and we were just watching a post office commercial, USPS commercial. It's almost Christmas time. This is a very exciting time.
And it's their 250th anniversary.
There you go.
1775, the post office was founded.
They have, since at least 1790, they've had a monopoly on delivering mail.
Right.
And in this country, we actually go after companies that have monopolies because we recognize that it's unfair. It might be antitrust things. We have it's anti-competitive, all those things. But for government positions, they have a monopoly because they do not want anybody to compete with them. Right? Does that make sense? That's why they have it with carrying mail. Because
for home delivery of mail.
Here's what it says on their website. It says, to enable the Post Office Department to serve all Americans, no matter how remote, yet still finance its operations largely from its revenue, Congress gave the Department of Monopoly over the carriage of letter mail by a group of federal laws known as the Private Express Statutes.
Okay.
Without such protection, Congress reckoned that the private companies would siphon off high-profit delivery routes, leaving only money-losing routes to the department, which would then be forced to rely on taxpayers to continue operations.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Which makes sense.
Nobody
they didn't want to be a burden to taxpayers. And the post office loses billions and billions of dollars every single year. A bunch of it from the funding of the stuff that you're talking about, but also because they don't have any incentive to get better. Nobody's going to shut the post office down if they don't do their job.
Well, I think, yes, that's true. Also, another factor I think has to be brought into consideration is the fact that shipping companies have exploded since since the post office was the only game in town, whether it's UPS or DHL and now or FedEx and now Amazon. Those people now compete with the post office. We used to have to ship all packages too.
Here's a question for you though. Why is it that Amazon, like we were joking about this the other day, why is it that Amazon, if it was legal, you could have called Amazon to your house or FedEx or UPS and say, get this there today in an hour.
Take my ballot in.
Put it in a paper thing, get it there.
Right.
And I would trust that Amazon would figure out how to do that in a very efficient, quick way. But again, they're not allowed to legally.
Right.
So why is it that Amazon, I mean, they made a ton of money. What did Amazon make last year? Not exactly the same because they ship a lot of things that aren't just mail. Or not just packages. Mail. No, nobody does mail. Only the post office.
Right.
$68 billion they made in 24. FedEx made $6.2 billion in 24. UPS made $8.9 billion in 24. Post office lost $9.5 billion.
So
taxpayers are going to have to make up $9.5 million. 23, $9.5 billion. 23.
That's why a stamp has gone from 13
I'm sorry,
cents
25. They're going to lose
cents.
$9.5 billion this year. 24, $9 billion and change. 23, $6.5 billion. And my only point here is that if they had an incentive to be profitable, they'd figure out how to do it, but they don't. It's just going to keep going.
So when we started this conversation, how come the post office can't take my ballot at 8 o'clock on election night?
Yes.
And get it postmarked? Why can't it? Is it lack of staffing? Is it the fact that if they're losing this much money, we've all been in a post office. Wish there were 2 more people working. Every time I go into a post office, I wish there were more people working.
I don't think it's lack of funding. I mean, they clearly are getting the money that they need.
How? Are they? Are they adequately staffed? They're always looking for more people, so maybe it's not funding.
Yes. Their operating expenses, unless they need more, their operating expenses for 24 were $89.5 billion. They're going to lose $9.5 billion on that, but it doesn't sound like they're being underfunded.
Well, so back to my question: if I give my ballot to a post office at 8 o'clock, why isn't it safe there? Why isn't it secure there that it can be postmarked? If it's tomorrow. Right, it's still in the government's possession for you. At that point.
If you took it to another company who guaranteed something by the end of the day, and they didn't do that thing for you, you would have a repercussion to go after them, right?
Sure.
There would be a problem for that company. They would have to make you whole in some way.
Yeah.
The post office doesn't have to do that. Who's going to fire them? Nobody.
Well, I see the logic there, but why would they not postmark my thing if they've got it?
I totally agree with you. They should be postmarking it, but they don't have to. There's no incentive for them to do that because there's no repercussions if they don't do what they're supposed to be doing.
Well, maybe we should just require them to do it.
That would be nice.
It would be. It feels crazy to me.
It is crazy
that a drop box, which is, and you made a good point off air. You said those are secure, and when a post office has a bin full of ballots. And they turn off the lights at 8 o'clock on election night, and they come back in the next morning and start postmarking things. There's been no chain of custody.
True.
There could have been one of these. They could have pulled 1,000 out, put 1,000 in, whatever it might be. I mean, shouldn't there be, especially with regard to elections and voting? That there should be security and there should be accountability.
Especially with ballots.
Yeah, with ballots. That's the thing, man.
That would make sense.
Voting is what separates us from the animals. And when animals,
I don't mind if they
countries.
get a letter there a day late.
Right,
if it's an election, it's going to affect your life.
At least get it postmarked.
A Christmas card to grandma, whatever. It could be a day late.
I mean, because I remember over the years, you go to the post office and there would be postal carriers like out in the snow and rain,
they're still
taking the ballots from my cars.
They're still working their butts off. But the system, I'm just saying, the system
itself
is mired in nonsense.
Yeah, well put.
It's an interesting thing to see. But it's a shame that they're going to lose all those votes.
100,000 votes won't get counted in an election this close?
Yeah, possibly.
What's a forever stamp cost, by the way? I know where to
Okay, forever stamp?
Yeah.
62 cents.
78.
78
And I only know because I had to look it up, yeah.
Holy moly. I went high at 62.
Yeah, that's a postcard, by the way.
Crazy.
61's a postcard. I'll give it to you. Take a mulligan on that.
That's a lot of money.
Take a tap at it.
And there's 78 cents and they're still going to lose $9.5 billion?
I know.
How is that possible? All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
Seattle's Morning News.
Hi, I'm Charlie Hargan.
And I'm Amanda Factor. Will Seattle have a new mayor?
Join us Monday for the latest on the race.
A Pierce County major charged in a DUI case gets his day in court.
Casey McNerthy from the King County Prosecutor's Office joins us for Crime and Punishment.
Seahawks Cardinals will have the game highlights.
All the day's news, traffic, and weather.
That's Monday, 5 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News.
We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167 without a Good-to-Go account, you'll now receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. A Good-to-Go pass saves $2 on every toll. That is not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com.
You've been wiring pounds to a second wife in London.
It's not what it looks like.
And here she is now.
Sure it isn't.
Hello, darling.
Elizabeth?
Did you know our husband used a bank instead of Wise to send you money?
What an imbecile. Well,
see, even your secret wife knows that banks are slow and hide fees in overseas transfers.
Those cheaters.
If you want to send money overseas, use Wise. They're faster, and they don't hide fees.
You can save up to 70% when you send money abroad. Be smart. Get Wise. Learn more by visiting wise.com. T's and C's apply.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Looking for a high school that nurtures both the mind and spirit? Archbishop Murphy High School is where academic excellence meets faith-based education. With a 100% graduation rate and a college prep program designed to challenge and inspire, our students are prepared for whatever the future holds. But it's more than just academics. Archbishop Murphy's robust athletics, arts, and co-curricular activities ensure that every student finds their passion and thrives. Archbishop Murphy High School believes in educating the whole person. That's why we offer a vibrant campus life where students grow not only academically, but also spiritually, socially, and physically. Don't just take our word for it. See it for yourself. Schedule a visit and discover how Archbishop Murphy High School can help your students succeed. Visit am-hs.org. IRG Physical and Hand Therapy proudly supports Archbishop Murphy High School, where your story begins. am-hs.org.
Cars for Kids, the easy way to donate your car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.com or 1-877-CARS4KIDS.
Guys, it's time to know your numbers and what they mean. And right now, Revive Men's Health is offering a $400 comprehensive wellness panel for just $99. Free if you start treatment. Offer ends November 30th. Book today at revivemenshealth.com. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
A 15-year-old girl who chewed through a rope to escape a serial killer.
I used my front teeth to saw on the rope in my mouth.
The killer prowled the Pacific Northwest in the early 70s. He's been convicted of murdering 2 young women, but suspected of many more.
Maybe there's another one in that area.
Follow and binge all episodes of Stolen Voices of Dole Valley, available now wherever you listen.
Welcome back to the show. We just literally spent the entire break trying to figure out if Forever Stamps, which sell for how much again?
79 cents a piece now.
79 cents a piece.
Yeah.
Good Lord, that's expensive. How is it possible that they're $9.5 billion in the hole every year? They're selling stamps for almost $1 a piece.
Well, they lost the big money items to ship. They lost shipping. They lost shipping to the private sector.
They haven't had that in years.
Yeah.
Okay, but so we spent the entire break trying to figure out if it's a better investment to buy $100,000 in Forever Stamps and resell them 3 years later.
3 years later. Well, 3 years ago, a Forever Stamp was 58 cents. Now it's 79 cents. That's a 21-cent increase. That's roughly, that's almost 35% return, a profit return. So if I got a $100,000 loan and bought Forever Stamps and waited 3 years, I'd get nearly a 35% increase in my return on my investment, right?
The problem with that is what's your interest rate on your loan?
And that's the only problem with that.
No, we workshopped a lot of problems.
That is your only problem with that. Everything else is buttoned up. Perfect.
More than a financial strategy, this is a potential Seinfeld episode is what this really is.
Would it be better?
Laura said then the bathtub upstairs leaks and your entire stack of stamps turns into one big sticky blob of useless paper.
Would it be better if you just shoved it in the S&P 500?
Yes.
Would 100,000 in the S&P over 3 years be better than the yield of
Forever Stamps?
Forever Stamps.
Because I deem
guess
them
if you don't send them, for sure.
I deem them a safe investment, but Laura poked holes in that so quickly.
I don't know. You're making a lot of sense.
100,000 stamps.
In a storage unit. You have to factor in the whatever a month it is to store in the storage unit.
The math isn't adding up because I'm seeing that Forever Stamps say that they increase about 3 to 4% annually. Well, the stock market
that's not what it's done.
Is a traditionally 10% return or 6.5 to 7.5% adjusted for inflation. But those Forever Stamps are forever, man.
Forever. That's what's in the name.
Golly,
this is how we waste time.
This is a tough one.
What were we going to talk about?
Tell you what we should do. Why don't we split it?
Uh-huh.
Let's take 50-50.
Okay.
Let's invest in stamps, and in 3 years, we'll compare the two.
Okay.
We won't go 100 because that's a lot.
That's a lot.
But you invest in stamps, I'll do traditional stock market.
Okay.
And we'll see who gets there first.
Sounds great.
Let's try it.
That's
That'd actually be kind of fun.
Long-term radio fun.
Long-term fun.
Speaking of investment.
Oh, yeah, this is crazy.
People are nuts.
People are nuts. Have you guys seen these barista cups? Not barista.
Barista.
Barista. Have you seen these? Laura, have you actually seen these?
I'm obsessed with these. I think it's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Can you explain it for the audience?
It's this little bear that has a little beanie on it that says Starbucks, and it's clear, and you can put your drink in it. It's like 20 ounces glass. It's not plastic. I think it's $30. They're adorable. I'll put them up on the I'll put them up with the prices that they're going for right now on eBay.
You know what it looks
on
like?
our live stream.
Because it sold out immediately? Is that what it was?
Here's what it looks like.
People were lined up for hours before dawn.
Can you get that over a little bit so people can see it?
No, we can see now the bids.
Yeah.
It looks like if you had like Smokey the Bear who just lost his job because of the government shutdown.
Smokey took a gig at Starbucks.
He got a job at Starbucks, and he's dressing like a hipster, so he fits in and he gets more tips. So you buy them for $30, they're for sale for $300.
Wow,
who buys this stuff?
It's same people who bought those
Stanley steamers,
the cups, right?
Buy low, sell high.
Or what was the last one you were also in love with? Was the Trader Joe bags?
Oh yeah,
right.
I got one of the Halloween edition ones this year.
How much is that for sale? Can you sell that if you wanted to?
let me check on eBay.
I've got a crate of. It used to be Beanie Babies, and I went down that rabbit hole. Don't get me started again.
What were the Stanley cups? But people got in fights over those. They're getting in fights over this now.
Like the Valentine's Day edition. But yeah, there's been fights over. I mean, people were waiting outside for hours.
Here's a fight of people are cussing out, fighting each other for a barista because there was only one bear left or something. Listen to this.
No. It said on the.
Oh, they're trying to get more than one because they're being.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like.
Yeah, and I actually think that's fair. I I would cuss someone out if they had an armful of six of them, and there's a whole line of people behind. Well, this is what the argument came up about. Was
Only one? No.
It actually doesn't online say that.
Yeah, no, that's
Ooh. Yeah, she got like 5 of them, all the bear.
everything.
That's messed up.
Yikes! People are fighting.
Plus, these people are all caffeinated. They're ready to just rip each other's hair off.
Just super angry.
They've been up since 2 a.m.
It looks like those honey. Remember the honey Cummins little bears?
Yeah,
that's what they look like.
They do look like. You know what we should do?
What?
Let's take $100,000. Let's buy as many of these berries as That's actually a better idea than stamps.
No, in a year they're worth 2 cents each.
We'll see. The Postal Service should take this. Turn a profit. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Coolers leaking in rocks are moving and movers creeping in, water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Your new home is now ready. D.R. Horton, America's builder, has new homes that are ready today. With new construction communities throughout the Puget Sound and Central Washington areas and more coming, D.R. Horton has the right home for you. At D.R. Horton, we're still building with more construction, more communities, and more homes available every day. Find your new home, now ready at drhorton.com. That's drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
83 or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
Draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
83 or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
83 or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
There are 6 markets you can place your money in. Research suggests it's better to have exposure to all 6 markets. Don't miss a potential opportunity because you didn't strategically diversify your assets. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Request your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing in your portfolio. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Take the next step forward in your career with great benefits and an award-winning workplace. Apply at careers.progressive.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Christopher Cruz. There's relief ahead for the nearly 42 million Americans who rely on food stamps.
The Department of Agriculture has posted a notice that says it is working toward implementing November benefits in compliance with a judge's order. The notice to SNAP recipients says the full amount of those funds for food aid will be transmitted to recipients' debit cards. The Trump administration had challenged releasing the benefits by using contingency funds during the government shutdown, questioning whether that money could legally be used for that purpose. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Maryland is already taking steps to help, says WTOP reporter Alan Etter.
Governor Wes Moore announced the state is taking 3 steps to help Marylanders affected by the shutdown.
We are launching a second round of loans for essential federal employees who are working without pay.
They're also making public transportation free for federal employees, and they're allocating $10.1 million to help low-income residents pay their utility bills. This is in addition to funding half the expected SNAP benefits this year for those eligible in the state.
The shutdown is taking a heavy toll on air traffic controllers. Many are calling out, forcing airlines to cancel hundreds of flights.
I'm praying that they get this together, because this is horrible.
I normally get here about 2 hours earlier, but due to everything that was going on, I just figured to get here about 4 hours earlier.
Administration officials are warning they may order the cancellation of as many as 20% of flights if things don't improve. Democrats have made a proposal to reopen the government.
On the Senate floor, Minority Leader Chuck Schumer threw out a proposal for ending the shutdown.
Leader Thune just needs to add a clean 1-year extension of the ACA tax credits to the CR.
The counteroffer came as Thune tore into Democrats for objecting to a GOP bill to pay federal workers during the shutdown.
It's all about leverage. That's what they're making it all about.
Schumer says, though, this plan should make Republicans happy.
We do not negotiate health care in the shutdown, as Leader Thune has maintained he wishes.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
Another country wants its children off social media.
The Danish government announced a plan today which would ban kids under the age of 15 from using certain social media platforms, although they did not say which ones or how they'd enforce the ban. Parents would be able to grant access for their children, but they'd have to take an assessment first. Australia made a similar move last year, becoming the first country in the world to ban social media for kids. Jen Clark, CBS News.
At the close on Wall Street after a late afternoon rally, the Dow and S&P 500 both closed up fractionally. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
A fight that started on a Metro bus ends with a shooting. A report from the scene coming up. At first, KIRO Newsradio Traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, Heather. Wilcox Family Farms Eggs has this update. In Olympia, we just cleared that long-term collision southbound 101 at Evergreen Parkway. Just the tail end of that earlier backup remains at the State Route 8 interchange. Tacoma to Olympia, 50 minutes. Got this growing backup along JBLM. Now a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup starting near Thorn Lane, and then a little more slowing as you head into Olympia. Here in Seattle, South 5, we're getting heavier from Northgate Way to the Convention Center. Linwood to Seattle, right around a half-hour commute. South 405 continues to fill in from Factoria to Northeast 44th by the VMAC. Bellevue to Renton, 20 minutes. Up north, South 405. Still a little crowded between Alderwood into Bothell from an earlier collision that has cleared. Linwood to Bellevue's at 25 minutes. And a heads up, eastbound 90 closes tonight across the lake between Seattle and Mercer Island from 10 p.m. through 6 a.m. Saturday morning. Fresh food comes from local farms. Check the package for healthier eggs of 3 times the omega-3s. Choose Wilcox Omega-3 eggs. Locally fresh since 1909. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch. Seattle police say a fight aboard a King County Metro bus today ended with a man shot in the chest. KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson is at the scene on Rainier Avenue near South Dearborn Street.
The call came in around 10 a.m. 2 adult men in a verbal altercation on the bus. The bus pulled over for some reason. This isn't a bus stop where we are right here. Those 2 men got off the bus, and then they say one man shot the other. Now, the man who was shot, he had been taken to Harborview Medical Center.
The victim is in critical condition. Police say they arrested a suspect and recovered a gun. Seattle police have solved a second cold case in less than a week. Thomas Hess was found beaten to death in his apartment on Valentine's Day 2015. Investigators say they used DNA to link 37-year-old Clay Fossey, a man in prison in New Mexico, on another matter to Hess's death. Prosecutors have charged Fossey with first-degree murder. Snohomish County deputies are searching for the hit-and-run driver who injured a man on Halloween. More from KIRO 7 TV's Jason Sloss.
Chris Bender says he and a neighbor noticed a group of several people in mass stealing candy off porches. The group also seen egging homes. When they stopped next to a mom and her little boy on the sidewalk, then someone in the truck threw something at them. Bender says he went over to tell the group to leave.
They were stopped, they looked at me, and then gunned it.
Bender was taken to the hospital. He suffered a broken leg and rib, a concussion, along with plenty of scrapes and bruises.
Bruce Harrell still leads Seattle's mayoral race, but that gap is shrinking.
King County Elections' Haley Watkins says 275,000 ballots arrived on Election Day.
And it takes time to get ballots through, to get them verified and processed securely and accurately.
Traditionally, those late ballots go to the more progressive candidates like Katie Wilson. But Thursday, Wilson won just 52% of ballots counted that day. She needs to win 55% of all ballots left to win. Bruce Harrell still clings to a 6-point lead. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
The Seattle Storm has announced Sonia Rahman as their new head coach. She sat down with KIRO 7.
Now, what kind of coach are they getting?
A passionate coach, a coach that really cares.
She served as an assistant coach with the New York Liberty and did player development with the Memphis Grizzlies. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Cloudy skies today with highs in the mid-50s. It's 54 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Some fantastic stuff coming up. Really, really, really. You don't want to miss a second of it. So don't. You can also join us on YouTube. You can watch us live. You can see all of our friendly faces. My completely ghostly-looking visage on the camera. I don't know why it does this. Maybe they're not seeing that at home. Maybe that's just us in the studio.
It might be that. Well, I don't know, because the TV shows me with a healthy glow.
Yeah, you look great.
You look like we're about to give you last rights, and I'll miss you.
I know.
No, you look great. You look great.
I appreciate that, man.
What's good on you, though?
All right. I want to talk. This is a really interesting topic. We're really lucky. We have a great guest who's going to come on with us in just a second. I'm going to introduce her in just 1 second. But first, a little bit of the catalyst for why we're talking about this. I saw this post on X the other day, and it kind of fits in with a lot of articles I've been reading lately about artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Just recently, we've seen a bunch of local job layoffs at some big companies.
Yeah, Amazon laid off, 14,000?
14,000.
Right?
I don't know. I think, what do they have, like 2,300? We're going to be locally
in
here.
the state of Washington, yeah. Seattle, Bellevue area, yeah.
Some of that is from overhiring, but companies across the board are adopting AI, which is really making their processes a lot easier and faster.
Yeah, Amazon cited that specifically for a large portion of their layoffs and
Costing a
terminations,
lot of jobs.
cutting a lot of. And we're looking at of different fields that are subject to AI elimination.
Listen to this. This is interesting. A McKinsey Global Institute report projects that by 2030, 30%, by 2030, so that's just a few years away, 30% of current U.S. jobs could be automated. 30%, with 60% significantly altered by AI tools. Goldman Sachs predicts that 50% of jobs could be fully automated by 2045. That's a lot. Some of the vulnerable jobs that the Institute for Public Policy Research found, administrative tasks are almost completely automatable. They also Forbes highlights, let's see here, bookkeeping for financial modeling, data analysis, graphic design, copywriting, journalism even surgeons. Have you seen robotic surgery? All of it can be done now.
By AI?
Using AI and robots and all these stuff, taking away the need for humans. But there is an industry that's insulated from this.
No, it's not AI. It's not Coca-Cola commercials. They just made the Coke commercial by AI.
You're right, but that's a tech job.
That's a tech job.
So this is people who are in actual technical industries, like people like plumbers, people going out and doing real jobs.
The trades.
Nurses, people who have face-to-face with people.
Okay, yeah.
And so we thought, let's get somebody who's deeply invested in this and can speak to this more. So we have Lynette Brower. She's the director of the Northwest Career and Technical Academy. She joins us now. Lynette, thank you so much for making the time.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's actually my favorite topic to talk about. So
fantastic. Awesome. I want to read something to you. I saw this on X, and I saw this was a guy who was a plumber, and he posted this. He says, in the next 10 years, skilled labor is going to become the most valued position in the entire market. AI can't wire a panel, run a conduit, or weld a beam in the rain. When a data center needs power, when a city needs new infrastructure, when the lights go out, you're not calling ChatGPT. You're calling an electrician, a plumber, an iron worker, or a lineman. Do you agree with that?
I do. I actually think it was before AI. So I go back to having a plumbing issue at my own house. If I didn't know how to fix it or my spouse didn't know how to fix it, I was calling for a high dollar value to make it work. So it was before AI. These trades still exist. And I heard the comment around, doctors performing surgery. There's some really interesting research around AI tools being able to read like a mammogram better than a radiologist.
You're right.
And so there's some pieces on both sides of that are really exciting and powerful.
Well, it's great, but it's also scary because it means a lot of people that thought that those jobs, those are high-paying jobs, that they thought those jobs were safe, those could go away. And so where should people be investing, especially young people, where should they be investing their time when they think about what careers they're going to have going forward?
And aiming their future,
Yeah.
I think it can be both things. So I run one skill center out of 18 here in Washington State. Our newest one is in Tacoma. And they're all basically trades that can't be outsourced. So we're talking nursing, dental care, construction, welding, automotive. So all of these programs are a really great way for a young person to not only access a livable wage, but also our students right now really do they like to learn and apply what they're learning in a trade-based position.
Can you talk a little bit about how the perception of the trades has changed in the last few years? Because I'm trying to remember if there was we had small gas engines. We had all these things in high school, when I was in high school in the early 2000s, that then started going away. They started cutting some of those programs, which I thought was a huge folly. I think those are obviously great businesses. I know a lot of people who are in welding who make a ton of money, but they weren't pushing those. Instead, they were sending people to colleges to get degrees that didn't necessarily have a huge upside once they finished, other than carrying a lot of debt. What are you seeing from people who are now getting into the Northwest Career and Technical Academy?
I think actually our students post-COVID across our state and across our region are saying, we want to be able to apply what we're learning. Shakespeare is not meaning anything to me right now. I'd rather read a technical manual and figure out how to problem solve and troubleshoot. But I also think that this college for all mentality was one of you get a college degree, it doesn't matter what college degree, and you'll be successful. But also there's a piece of economics here. I can run an English classroom and you name a high school pretty cheap versus running a welding shop.
Sure.
Right. So just the cost of career and technical education is huge. So our state does invest in things like skill centers. So dental is a good example of a program here where students come from all these regional high schools. There's not one high school that can run a dental program because there's just not enough kids interested in dental at the biggest high school in Washington State. But we can run one and serve the needs of kids that are interested from a big region. And we can set up the expensive equipment and we can buy the expensive equipment because we're doing it here. We're not trying to replicate and do it in 15 different high schools.
And part of your mission as the Washington State Skills Center Association is to make sure that the education system for our state, which is heavily invested in, respects and designates resources to these trades, like you're saying. Though, and to your point, that the most expensive thing to teach to these kids are the trades, but it's the most insulated from job loss and from elimination.
Absolutely. I think the biggest pillar that we focus on is workforce development and tied with our K-12 education. So all of our students are working in we call it shared time centers across our country, but they're working at their high school and they're working at a skill center towards graduation. And at the same time, we're earning college credit for free and earning industry certifications like their nursing assistant certification, their American Welding Society certification, the ASE for automotive. Like we have all these certifications that students are able to earn for free.
I used to work with the local plumbers, Local 32, and I know they're constantly looking for new recruits. They spend a ton of money of their resources in finding new apprenticeships. Does your organization work with these different trade organizations, different unions, to make sure that they're feeding their pipeline, no pun intended?
Absolutely. So there's a couple of things. We have general advisory committees that serve on almost all of our skill centers with apprenticeship models, union and non-union. We have our industry partners and economic development alliances, but we also have programs. So in my construction program, I have several students who are interested in plumbing or being an electrician, and they're choosing construction because it's connected to that work. A couple of my colleagues run in their skill center program HVAC. I don't have space to run an HVAC program, but they do. So we do share across our state on those programs and how to start them or how to bring them together. But we're also limited by our geographical region and also our facilities. Has it been difficult to get the educational decision makers in this state to see the value of designated resources to trade education? No, I just think we're so small compared to a bigger system. There's 18 skill centers, 295 districts, and so we try very hard to talk about we are not competitors. We are partners, and so each of us have my governing body is 8 school superintendents who drive our work and our programming. So we actually have wonderful partners. And then the legislature also really sees the investment of our skill centers.
Have you seen over the last few years? Have you seen your increase in students who are interested? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. In all of our skill centers, we are busting with student interest. And so most of us are closing our application. So we can't even tell you how many kids are interested in coming to a skill center.
Wow.
Because we just don't have enough room. So this year I've leaned into I call it third session programming. So students come for the morning, the afternoon, or the late afternoon shift. And so I have 4 programs running from 3 to 5:30. So students are here till 5:30 on a Friday night.
How did you get into this? What was your background originally?
Great question. I taught in the K-12 education system, and I wanted to be a high school principal. And so I came here as a stepping stone, as a dean of students, thinking, I'll jump back to the comprehensive high school system. That was 15 years ago. And I
just haven't looked back.
I see kids change in front of my eyes each year. It's so rich.
Expand on that a little bit if you could. Like, how are they changing? Are they seeing a possibility? Are they seeing a path forward that's nearly in front of them? Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, there's a couple things. We don't have things for mechanisms of discipline. So we don't have detention. We don't have after school detention. We don't have that.
You got me right there. Yeah, I'm right. I'm in.
Right. So we don't suspend students unless it's like state law for egregious reasons, right? We just don't have it. But what we have is a professional expectations rubric. And so if you're having issues with your cell phone, that's unemployable. And we're going to try to figure out a way to get you to employable. We also have the partnerships with our industry. We have adults who care deeply about their pipeline. So they come in and they're guest speakers, or they'll give feedback on projects. So our students are seeing what they're learning and why they're learning it. And they're connected with a bunch of other adults who do this work, who are like, I can see myself here.
I would wonder too if you're not seeing at that age, because what's the general age of the people that you?
We serve juniors and seniors, 16
juniors
to
and
18.
seniors. The confidence building that would give to somebody at that age would be so phenomenal that I would think that would also carry over into their more traditional schooling as well when they're back on their regular campuses.
I can speak for my son. He went to 7 periods at his high school, and that was really hard, his freshman and sophomore year. His junior year, 3 periods at his high school, the rest of his day with NCTA. And he did a lot better academically.
That's beautiful.
We see so many stories on a constant basis about the cost of colleges and student debt and what a burden that is. This must be such a welcome alternative pathway, a fork in the road for so many that doesn't have the pressure. You mentioned about kids going, how am I going to do on the SATs? Am I going to get into a good college? How much debt am I going to carry after that? Is my degree going to be employable? We see so many stories where that's not the case anymore.
Will the job even be there?
Will the job even be there? Then we get to AI.
Yeah.
I would think that you are going to become, I would think, if practical, if it plays out, you guys are going to be the norm. I think as this country has shifted away from, you got to have a college degree to have an employable career that doesn't carry a lifetime's worth of student debt.
Absolutely. And it's a yes and. So we have a big ampersand behind me, the power of and. So students can come here. So our automotive students have a great partnership with Hyundai, Jack Carroll Hyundai here. So they can go to work, get certification, and go to Skagit Valley College's automotive program. So it's yes and. They can do it's college and career, and I think we personify that. When I first started in education, it was, are you going to college or are you going to have a career?
Right, that's how I've traditionally thought about it.
Yeah, same with me.
And I don't want a 35-year-old adult being college ready still. My mantra is thrive by 25. I want every 25-year-old adult thriving in my community because they're prepared on this pathway.
You know what's so interesting is it's a traditional approach. It's what we would have done 50, 60 years ago before tech invaded everything.
Well, that's what we did before the government got involved in the student loan game, which was that push toward you got to have a college degree or you won't get anything in life.
100%.
Yeah.
But we talk so much these days about how unaffordable life has become, how people can't afford houses, how people, the jobs that they can't get that first job. I mean, I'm reading article after article about how AI is like specifically killing that first job that's the way in for people. And here you guys are setting people on a path where you're going to graduate, you're going to go right. I mean, that Hyundai thing that you just talked about sounds amazing to me. They're getting real firsthand experience. Then they're likely going to find a job that they're going to be able to start making real money right away. You're not going to be like burdened by this debt. So by the time you reach your mid-20s, you've been making good money for half a decade. Versus the people like when I got out of college, I had like $60,000 in student loan debt that took me 7.5 years to pay off. And that was actually relatively fast. I worked my butt off to pay that off. Some people carry it for decades. That haunts you everywhere you go. If you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, they're factoring in that debt, and you're unable to do a lot of those things. And now you guys are setting people on a path that's just, you're going to have a different life, like a whole different life.
Well, let's leverage what I have this experience. We have employers who are begging for people. So think about being 18 saying, I'd like to work for you, and I'd like you to support me with my education. Can you help me with that?
Perfect.
And we have employers saying, absolutely. So I'm working and I am working on my education at the same time.
What a beautiful thing. That's so. I hope you guys grow.
How do we get more people to? How do you grow what you do? How can we get the message to people to grow what you do?
Yes. So the best part of my work is I'm Republican and Democrat friendly. It is powerful. Our legislature is so powerful in what they believe about young people. And they have been very, very supportive of our skill centers across the state. But they're also, all of these buildings that we sit in are legislatively funded buildings. We can't levy and we can't bond. So they have to be apportioned from the state legislature. So I think there's more of us waiting to be built. We've identified skill center deserts in our area. So my colleague down in Vancouver, she's been working at that area between Olympia and Vancouver, setting up satellite programs. I have set up some satellite programs up in Whatcom County, and that's a skill center desert. So Pullman is a desert area. So we have all these areas that we've identified as deserts, but it requires legislative money to build buildings.
Hey, I know a few empty Fred Meyers that could use an occupant that could really help the community.
That'd be great. I love that.
I actually think that's a brilliant idea. Pierce County Skill Center was an old Safeway.
There you go. Yeah, fantastic.
And I guarantee you one thing you never hear in with your students is the phrase, "I don't think I'll ever be able to buy a home." You hear that from so many of this generation. I bet you never hear that.
Well, it feels like a pipe dream. We're selling them a bad bill of goods. When we're saying we're going to saddle you with debt because your only way to have a future is to go to college. And you may not be prepared or even in that aptitude to do that work. But even though my colleague that I work with here, he says, what credential do you need to thrive by 25? Mm-hmm. So that could be a university degree, and that's absolutely acceptable. But make sure you're chasing what you need to thrive. If it's, I want to be a nurse, there's a pathway for that. I want to be a teacher, there's a pathway for that. I want to be a biotech engineer, or I want to be a lab aide. I mean, there's all of these pathways, but what credential do you need? And how do we back up from there?
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, that's Lynette Brower. Thank you so much for making the time. She's with the director of the Northwest Career and Technical Academy, and I'm so happy that you guys are operating, and I hope you grow like crazy.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
All right,
Likewise.
We appreciate it. Let's get
Great
her
job.
back on the show. She's fantastic. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We will be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
On a 3-game win streak.
Got a man out there, the ball is caught.
Coming off a dominant win with the entire country watching.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
The Seahawks are back in front of the 12s. Out to show the hype is real. And looking to feast on some desert bird. Seahawks, Cardinals. Sunday at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 1:05. Pregame at 10 a.m.
The 12s hear the Hawks right here on KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
A blown left headlight is making Erica's drive to her son's soccer game darker and darker. So she goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Where a friendly AutoZoner finds her 2 new bulbs.
These lights have the most clarity.
And helps her get back on the road so she can brighten her drive and the cheering section.
All right.
See clearer and drive safer with new lights. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's cars with a K to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
Care Partners Senior Living is growing. Amanda here. We are very excited to introduce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, and North Creek Bothell, bringing compassionate, quality care at an affordable price, closer to more of you. Visit carepartnersliving.com today.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The FAA's order to slash air traffic is leaving some passengers without a flight at SeaTac Airport.
Hopefully they get it figured out before the holidays because that's going to impact a lot of travelers during Thanksgiving.
KIRO 7 TV's Renji Sinha has more from SEA.
The U.S. DOT ordered a 4% reduction in flights today. It ramps up to 6% Tuesday, 8% Thursday, and 10% next Friday. At SEA, 1,000 flights a day could be slashed by 100 in a week.
At least 28 flights have been canceled at SeaTac so far today. An update on SNAP funding. The Trump administration now says it is working to restore full benefits under the program, abiding by a federal judge's ruling. KIRO News Radio has heard from several listeners today who tell us they've received their food benefits. We've reached out to the state agency overseeing SNAP to confirm. Meantime, on the Senate floor, Minority Leader Chuck Schumer laid out the Democrats' proposal for ending this shutdown. CBS's Stacey Lynn reports.
Schumer says Democrats will vote to end the government shutdown in exchange for a one-year extension of expiring ACA tax credits.
Republican Senator Leader John Thune calls that offer a non-starter. He says they will negotiate those health care premium subsidies only after the government reopens. Now to the closing bell report. For a second straight month, the government shutdown prevented the Labor Department from releasing its monthly jobs report. CBS's Jill Schlesinger says it's no secret, however, corporate layoffs are on the rise.
Workers know that if they lose their current job, they're going to have a harder time finding another one. That is why they're holding on tight to those current positions, something known as job hugging. Job hugging seems like a long way off from just a few years ago when during pandemic reopening, there was a hiring frenzy.
Boeing broke ground today on a major expansion of its 787 Dreamliner production plants. That facility in South Carolina adds more than 1 million square feet of new production space. Boeing is ramping up to build 10 Dreamliners a month starting next year. On Wall Street today, mixed results. The Dow up 75, S&P gained 9, NASDAQ lost 49 points. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 1:33. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. This report brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, Tacoma to Olympia. Give yourself 50 minutes. Got a new crash, South 5, right at State Route 16, blocking the HOV lane. You get beyond that, and we've got a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup through JBLM. Valley Freeway, northbound 167, you're in a mile or so back up through our Pacific lane reductions. South 5 through Federal Way at South 272nd, a collision blocks your right lane. You're backed up to State Route 516, Seattle to Federal Way is up to a half-hour drive. Heading into Seattle, South 5 at Lake City Way, we have a new crash taking up your left lane. This is right in the middle of a solid backup coming out of Northgate into downtown. Linwood to Seattle, a half hour. And South 405 getting heavy now from Southeast 8th and Bellevue to Cold Creek Parkway. Bellevue to Renton, 25 minutes. We have a wind advisory in effect at the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. Comedian Tom Segura is back November 29th at the Emerald Queen Casino. Get ready for another night of nonstop laughs only at the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast brought to you by State Roofing and Exterior. Still a few lingering showers in the South Sound, but we are drying out today. The weekend shaping up to be nice, with some clouds and sun breaks, highs in the mid-50s. Right now, 55 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. Man, that was a great interview we just did. Super fun. If you guys didn't hear that, really interesting. We just talked to, what's her name from the, I have it here. Lynette Brower, director of the Northwest Career and Technical Academy. They do amazing work. High school kids get to go in. They get to learn about the trade that they're interested in.
Spend half their school day learning a valuable skill that's immediately employable, that pays out of the gate.
Connecting with local businesses who want them to eventually come and work in their industry, if not directly for them. Often, a lot of time, these businesses will pay for their college, post-high school, and they get to graduate with no debt and a job, and it's just, I don't know why more people wouldn't do this.
Doesn't it feel like the tide is turning, if not turned?
Oh, 100%.
I'm so glad.
As I look at, we'll get into another story. We have a funny Pelosi story we'll talk about in just a second. But, I have 4 boys. And the oldest is 8 years away from being in this situation to figure out what are you going to do with life,
Right.
Is it going to be college? Is it going to be some sort of a technical school? You're going to chase down a career right away that you want to go into? You're going to, whatever. These are things that we're thinking about. And he's got 3 brothers right behind him.
Right.
College is really expensive. And when they graduate, you know this better than anyway.
Yeah.
When they graduate, you're saddling somebody with a lot of debt. Not everybody has the ability to have their parents just pay it off.
Right.
If you're lucky enough to have parents who can do that, that's amazing. If you're not, you figure it out, and sometimes it's worth it, but sometimes you graduate with tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of debt.
And the impact on the economy of student debt is one of the, I think it should be the lead talking point of student debt, is the money that's not going into the local economy because it's going in to pay off student debt.
You know how much debt students carry right now in college debt in our country?
It's trillions, right?
$1.7 trillion.
Yeah. And that's every month going to pay off student loans.
Unbelievable.
That's not being used to buy homes, to buy cars, whatever it might be. That's going back into the economy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a fantastic interview.
I saw a video this girl posted, and she was giving a breakdown of her debt, of her student loan debt. She's making $900 a month payments. So just think about how much debt she must have. And at the end of the year, she paid $900 a month. And at the end of the year, it gives you a little thing, for tax purposes, how much you have paid off in your interest.
Right.
Or I'm sorry, how much of the principal have you actually paid off?
How much went to principal?
She only had paid down $1,400 of the principal.
Of 12 times that's $9,600, right?
That year,
no, it's 108. That's $10,800
in interest, and she'd only paid down $1,400 in principal.
So $9,400 that went to interest.
Yes,
at $900 a month is $10,800.
Isn't that insane?
$9,400 in interest.
And that is not an uncommon story.
No, it's not. I told you about my sister who was 40 years out of school, had paid every year. Not 40 years. I apologize. She's not that old. But like close to now 30 years out of college, has paid more than she borrowed and still owes more than she borrowed because of the interest rates.
That should be illegal,
right?
Colleges, and this is just like you mentioned this last period, or not last period. I think in school.
I know
you mentioned this last segment,
right before lunch.
When the government gets involved in things,
right?
They gum up that system.
Well, you look at the escalation of the cost of higher education when the government started getting into guaranteed loans back to the government.
Directly back when the government started saying, "Hey, everybody should go to college."
Right, and there were national campaigns, TV campaigns. You're too young to remember the Abraham Lincoln campaign, right?
I have no.
About higher education.
I never thought he was on TV. I thought he was pre-TV, but I guess I was wrong.
Never believe anything quote you see from Abraham Lincoln on the internet. There was a TV campaign about higher education, and this one was particularly for getting college credit for the things you learn in life. Because the gist was, you're not going anywhere that sheepskin fella.
School of life.
Lincoln, you might know a lot, but until you get that college education, you're going nowhere. And it was a federally funded national ad campaign to vilify the trades and to get people into higher education, paying off unexcusable debts to the federal government's student loan programs.
So ironic that they picked somebody like Lincoln, who literally was like a self-educated.
Well, that's the whole thing. He knew so much in life. But
I know, but why were they pushing people to college while giving the example of somebody who
he had to go
did
back
it on his own?
Had to go back to college and sit in a classroom to get anywhere.
But he was president.
I know it was metaphorical. I think
they missed the mark on that one.
Anyway, but I think they missed the mark telling kids that the trades weren't a path forward. And like we started by saying, so that tide has turned.
People should. Yeah, I think you're totally right. I think there's a lot of people out there who are going to feel very bad about sending your kid to a 4-year institution where they graduate with 25 years of debt on their shoulders,
and hopefully a degree that's employable. In this dawning era of
AI hasn't already taken that away.
Right.
And then you look at these kids and you go like, I know we have other stuff to get to. We'll get to it. But you look at these kids and you think about they have a genuine, real complaint that housing is very, very expensive.
Yeah.
Housing's very, very expensive.
Right.
College is very, very expensive. I would be interested to see the numbers between people who graduate college and are able to afford a house versus people who graduate from one of these technical academies or universities or whatever.
Or go through a union apprenticeship.
When they're actually able to buy a house, I bet you it's way before people who have gone to expensive, especially Ivy League schools.
Oh, my gosh.
Not even Ivy League schools. Every school is crazy expensive.
Any school in the state.
State schools.
You betcha. You've seen the meme. I love comedy always. Humor always has a way of getting through to the truth quickly, making the point.
Yeah.
You've seen the meme about, this is Jeff. He went to a 4-year university. He's $180,000 in student debt. This is Tim. He went to a technical school. He's cutting off Jeff's power for not paying his bill.
You're right.
That is all of it.
That's what's happening. Crazy. All right. This is. Let's switch over to Nancy Pelosi.
Speaking of bad life decisions the turning of tides.
Well, but she's good with money. She's very good with money. We'll talk about that in just a second. But Nancy Pelosi has announced she's retiring after 20 terms in Congress. She'll retire in 2027. She's 85 years old. How do you feel about term limits? People. This is reigniting a question now about term limits.
Right,
people are talking about it. I don't know that it's going to happen. It seems like every time one of these people who has been in Congress for thousands of years finally retires or is
Here's
forced
a picture.
out.
Speaking of Lincoln, here's Lincoln's second inaugural.
Yes.
Seated to his left, Chuck Grassley of
Look
Iowa.
who that is. Yeah, Chuck
and
Grassley.
And Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi
right
is sitting
next
right
to him.
behind.
Right.
So what do you think about term limits?
There are. I think they should be. I think it was
like
never.
them.
I love history. I'm not a historian, but I'm fascinated by history. It was never intended. Political service was never intended to be a career. It was intended to be a couple years of service, 4 years, 6 years of service, and then so that the government could be made by people who really are living and working and doing business in America.
It's interesting because we recognize that for the highest office in the land. We get that for president. We don't want people who are sticking around too long, letting the power go to their heads.
We get it for governor of every state.
Why
They're
can't
term
we do
limited
that
out
for congressmen and women?
Because it's up to them to decide, and they're the ones raking in the mega millions. But here's the other side. I know we're almost out of time. The other side of that is when you've served 2, 4, 6 terms in Congress, you don't have seniority, and you get on these powerful committees like appropriations who decide where the federal money goes, and it serves your constituency better when you've got seniority in Congress, and you can get on these better committees, and you can do more for your constituents. So it helps me that my representative has 6 terms. They bring more money to my state.
Who's the tennis shoe lady? Who's
Patty Murray.
Patty Murray.
Right.
How long has Patty Murray been in there? She looks like she's just about Nancy Pelosi's age.
She's been, I think, the 20.
She 80?
20. No, not quite. I think she's been like 4, 6 terms somewhere in that neighborhood in Congress.
Feels like forever. Feels like a long time. Nancy Pelosi, real quick on money. We made a comment there about money. Her stock portfolio is something that people actually track. It's called Pelosi Tracker. You can go to it and you can follow it. She has outperformed the stock market by 3 times.
Well, she's just such a smart lady.
She's just such a smart lady.
That's what it is. Yeah.
So if you follow her stock portfolio, you make the trades that they make, the Pelosi's make, they're making 3 times better returns than the stock market.
Don't you wish you had insider information?
Well, we're not saying she does. We're not saying she does. Yeah, we're not saying she does.
They all do.
We certainly would never say that.
They all do.
But it leads you to ask some questions for sure. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Paw print, carbon paw print. What is this? The AP says get rid of your pet.
Your pet is bad for the environment.
What?
But there's something
I thought we were past all this nonsense.
There's something you can do about it.
All right, we'll hear about it next. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The Closing Bell is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management.
Seattle's morning news.
Hi, I'm Charlie Hargan.
And I'm Amanda Factor. Will Seattle have a new mayor?
Join us Monday for the latest on the race.
A Pierce County major charged in a DUI case gets his day in court.
Casey McNerthy from the King County Prosecutor's Office joins us for Crime and Punishment.
Seahawks Cardinals will have the game highlights.
All the day's news, traffic, and weather.
That's Monday, 5 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News.
We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
Hey, Spike O'Neill here. You know there's a break in the weather today. Some blue skies above the KIRO studios, but you know that the rainy season is back. It is time to protect your home now with the help of the pros at Integrity Roofing and Construction. Years of experience in roofing and restoration, skilled teams delivering exceptional craftsmanship, whether it's a simple roof repair or a full renovation. Integrity offers free estimates, and their customer service just speaks for itself. Go to the website, look at the reviews. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Call Integrity today at 206-202-ROOF. That's 206-202-ROOF, or visit integrityrc.com.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
With Progressive, renters can save on protection for the things that make your place yours, even things that don't make sense to everyone.
People always wonder why I don't get rid of my guitar since I never play. But it's like, what if I actually end up taking lessons? Sure, I've had it for 8 years, but if I get rid of it, then what will my New Year's resolution be next January?
Exactly. So bundle your renters and auto and save with Progressive and protect the things that make sense to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
What a good move I made. Let me tell you a quick story. I've done a whole bunch of races and a bunch of other stuff like that, and my left hip started bothering me about 5 years ago. And I go to the doctor, and he's like, you need a hip replacement. I was like, I'm 60. Yeah, we're going to ask you to wait a little while because we don't want you to wear the hip out. We want you and the hip to go into the grave at the same time. I said, what do you do about all this pain? Well, you could, aspirin, and you could continue to do this and that and, sleep with a pillow between your legs. I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Then I was talking to Bob Stelton over there at the sports department. So he went to Dr. Mark Wagner, and I think he had his hip done as well. So I go in there. I said to Dr. Wagner, can you fix my hip? Takes a look at the MRI. Yes. So I got the stem cell procedure. I'm telling you something. This is the best. If you've been thinking about, surgery for your knee, your wrist, your shoulder, or hip, no. Check out Dr. Mark Wagner and go to drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
What's your holiday tradition? For most, it's gathering with a joyful meal. Unfortunately, for many families, that tradition feels out of reach. To help, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors the next time you're at Safeway checkout or visit nourishingneighbors.com.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167, some things have changed and some things haven't. Using those lanes without a good-to-go account means you'll receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. You'll always pay the lowest toll rate with good-to-go. No change. Carpoolers now need a Flex Pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. Does a good-to-go pass still save you $2 on every toll? Definitely not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com. Free Flex Passes while supplies last.
All right, welcome back to the show. Boy, this was real sad news when I heard this, Spike. The AP, the Associated Press, posted this, and it's about pets, and they're saying that apparently your carbon footprint of your pet is bad. Your paw print, your carbon paw print.
Carbon paw print. That's how they got our attention.
Yeah,
right? Carbon paw print.
Here's what they had to say about it, and then let's get into whether or not it makes any sense at all.
Pets bring us joy, but they also leave a surprising paw print on the planet.
Yeah, when it comes to those environmental impacts, it's their food, basically, and in particular, the ingredients in their food. Dogs and cats both eat pretty highly meat-based diets. And what do we know about meat? It's one of the key drivers of climate change.
What else do pets do? We have to feed them. I think that's why it's number one. Agriculture and where food comes from and ingredients has a huge impact.
But our choices go beyond the food bowl. Even how we bring pets into our homes matters.
If there are dogs in the world that already exist that need homes, it seems to be a more responsible decision for the planet than going through a breeder.
This is basically an area of climate change that we just haven't touched yet, which offers relatively simple accident climate change mitigation benefits that I think we should all be quite excited about and working towards.
So obviously he's making the case here that you got to watch out for your pets because of paw prints and all that.
Yeah.
The context, though, that was posted shortly after the AP put this out was that the guy that they're interviewing, who's basically telling you that the climate completely depends on whether or not these animals are eating this meat.
Dog farts and cat farts are killing the planet, they said.
Because of the meat they're eating?
Right.
Is an activist who actually is a sales consultant for a plant-based dog food company.
Ta-da!
Did that not bear some mention in the article, in the piece?
Full disclosure?
By the way, the guy that we're using as evidence that your pets are so dangerous to humanity also sells the solution to fix this problem.
What? It's like Al Gore seltzer gas masks, right? It's, come on.
Perfect.
So when I saw the story, I'm like, okay, Al Gore had this whole thing. Remember the cows wasn't it Al Gore that said cows are killing the planet, right? Was it him?
Bill Gates.
It was Gates.
Bill
That's
Gates
right. It was
said that.
Gates.
Yeah, Bill Gates.
Cow flatulence. We had to find a way to harness and use and mitigate methane, and it's valid. There's a huge methane because of the amount of beef we produce in this world to feed ourselves. Factory farming.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Laura's cat and my dog aren't a problem.
I don't think that the world is going to end because your dog eats meat occasionally.
He may ruin a movie night at my house, but he's not going to hurt the planet.
Lord,
our pets are. I mean, we're worse. Spike and I are worse.
Ain't that the
You had
truth?
to choose between me and my cat.
You know what? I'd say you're all good to go.
Thanks, buddy.
You should just live like me. You're all fine. Eat as much meat as you want.
Right on.
You're not going to end the world. What's the problem with a little temperature increase anyway? Honestly.
A little is fine.
It's going to be great for real estate up here.
Every year, I am begging for summer to return because we're going to get a 30-degree temperature swing. You go outside today, very chilly. I don't like it.
It's that
I want
time
the
of year.
warmth. It's kind of nice. If you look back throughout history in England, actually, if you go back like 400 or 500 years, whenever it was, they had a warming period. And they had like vineyards as far as the eye can see. It was one of the best wine growing times that they ever had.
Yeah.
You're talking about an area that's traditionally very cold.
Yeah, cold,
that
gray,
doesn't sound
miserable.
too
Yeah.
bad for me.
In
Doesn't that sound
moderation.
kind of nice?
It does sound nice.
It doesn't sound horrible.
To your point about the messenger in this, carbon
the
paw
guy
print.
who's selling, yeah.
Well, have you noticed how much money there is in pet food these days?
Dude.
How much, how many
grocery
campaigns
store.
you see, right?
Have you been to the grocery store and seen
with the specialty section? It's like, there's
they
a freezer.
have their own refrigerator now.
Right.
It's their own refrigerator with food that has an expiration date.
Yeah, 'cause
when
it's
I was
fresh.
a kid, you could buy kibble that would last for years, much longer than your dog.
I absolutely, but
I mean, not really. But.
And I get that what you feed your pet matters, and pets are important. We love our pet. We adore our pet.
Yeah,
it's probably the greatest soul in the house is in my dog. More than me or my wife.
Oh, that's nice
that dog's
to say.
wonderful. She's
Actually,
wonderful.
It's quite an insult to you and your wife.
Well, but I'm
continue.
keeping it 100.
She's a sweetie.
She's
yeah.
a sweetheart. Unconditional love. And I get that you want to feed her good food, but if you looked into these like home delivered fresh, I don't want to single anybody's out.
Sure.
Fresh this, farmer that.
Not cheap.
It's not. I mean, the 50% off your first case because your case is a car payment.
Yeah, it's
for your
not
dog
cheap.
every month. And there's Rob Lowe's selling me pet food.
I've seen him sell
right?
pet
Catherine
food.
Heigl's selling me pet food.
Is that what she's doing these
She's
days?
doing these, yeah. I mean, and I get the healthy pets. I get you want to give your pet.
You want to give them the
good
best
stuff.
you can.
You don't want to get them like pig whatever's they
You know
scrape
what?
off the floor.
My
renderings.
dog, I told you my dog who lived for 19 years.
Right.
One of my dogs lived 19 years. And
Right.
We just fed her kibble and table scraps.
You know, the happiest
she
day.
was glad to
the
have
happiest
it.
day of my dog's week is the day she gets in the kitchen garbage can.
There you go.
I mean, really? And I got to serve her gourmet meals.
She choking on a bone?
gotta
She got it up.
I got to get Rob Lowe's kids through college to keep my pet safe.
Rob Lowe can afford his own college. All right, we'll be right back.
The Northwest's trusted news source, KIRO Newsradio.
Police in Federal Way are investigating what appears to be a car explosion.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live from the neighborhood.
I can't tell you enough how crazy this scene is here.
Coverage you depend on.
A massive police presence in Kent.
From voices you know and trust.
We have an active fire inside one of these buildings here.
KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching.
This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Parango and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Christopher Cruz in Washington. The Trump administration has agreed to pay full SNAP benefits for November. CBS's Aaron Navarro says the USDA has written to states telling them of the decision.
This letter was sent to all regional directors for SNAP across the country and comes after the Justice Department is still looking to appeal that decision from the Rhode Island judge and call for an emergency stay of the order.
Jeff Hayes is a pastor in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
We talk to people all the time, and we were talking to people this week, and a lot of them are just scared because they're not going to get food stamps. They're wondering where their next food in their meal is coming from.
A worsening shortage of air traffic controllers is forcing the cancellation of thousands of flights around the country. CBS's Karen Hua is at Houston's Bush Intercontinental Airport.
If your flight is canceled, airlines have been offering refunds, and they're also waiving any change fees for those people who want to just skip all this chaos and voluntarily change their plans, change their flights to sometime else.
Americans are finding other ways to travel, says CBS's Jim Krasula.
Hertz is already seeing a sharp increase in one-way car rental reservations, up 20% this coming weekend compared to the same period last year. Amtrak expects to see record Thanksgiving travel numbers on its trains. The parent company of Greyhound is preparing for more people on its buses.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has a plan to end the shutdown.
Schumer offered a one-year ACA tax credit extension paired with the CR, which he claimed wouldn't constitute a negotiation.
It's an extension of current law, something we do all the time.
GOP Senator Lindsey Graham is not on board.
I will be voting no to the CR.
Schumer also proposed forming a bipartisan committee that will continue negotiations after the government reopens, that he says
ensures working families who are shopping right now for their health care get certainty and financial relief.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
President Trump's pardoned former New York Mets star Darryl Strawberry.
Darryl Strawberry was an outfielder and 8-time All-Star.
And the Mets win it on Strawberry's 2-run home run in the 10th inning.
But he struggled with legal and personal issues after his baseball career and served time in prison on drug-related charges. In 1995, he pleaded guilty to tax evasion. A White House official noted Strawberry became active in a Christian ministry and has been sober for more than a decade. He also started a recovery center that is still in operation. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
The Dow and the S&P 500 both ended the day up fractionally. NASDAQ down less than 0.25%. This is CBS News.
The annual Progressive Keys to Progress program provides vehicles to deserving veterans, helping our heroes drive their lives forward. Learn more at keystoprogress.com.
Coming up, violence on a bus spills out onto a sidewalk. That's after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
All right, this report brought to you by Kia of Everett. Up in Linwood, we've got ourselves a traffic alert, North 5 at 164th. This one blocking 3 left lanes. This just went down about 5 minutes ago, leaving just the far right lane open. You're backed up bumper to 196 in Linwood. Seattle to Everett's going to take you 45 minutes. Bellevue to Everett, 50 minutes. There's some crowding through Canyon Park. Not too bad, though. And then you'll jam up at the Alderwood interchange because of our traffic alert. Linwood to Seattle, a half hour. Scattered backups from Northgate down to I-90. We cleared that crash at Lake City Way out of your way. North 5 slows at the Michigan Curve in the downtown. Tacoma to Olympia, give yourself 50 minutes. You've got a 4-mile thick backup through JBLM. And the Valley Freeway, northbound 167, still got a mile or so backup through those Pacific lane reductions. Otherwise, we're looking okay out there. From the K4 to the Telluride to the EV9, be ready this winter with amazing pricing and financing. Now is the time to buy at Kia of Everett. Simple, easy, fun. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Seattle police say a fight on a Metro bus ended in gunfire in the Central District. Detective Eric Munoz says that fight spilled out onto the street where a man was shot in the chest along Rainier Avenue near South Dearborn Street.
Officers also took a suspect into custody, a potential suspect into police custody, and we also recovered a gun.
He tells KIRO 7 TV that victim was taken to Harborview in critical condition. Seattle police investigators have solved their second cold case in less than a week. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
Thomas Hess was found dead in his Seattle apartment on Valentine's Day 2015. Cause of death was asphyxia. His accused killer, 37-year-old Clay Fossey, has an extensive criminal past and is currently in prison in New Mexico. The case was solved by SPD Detective Rolf Norton, the same detective who solved the 31-year-old murder of Tanya Frazier earlier this week. SPD Chief Sean Barnes.
He is the best of the best in a department that does not rest until the job is done.
Fossey is now charged with first-degree murder. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Bruce Harrell's still leading in Seattle's mayoral race, but the gap is shrinking. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more on how many votes Katie Wilson needs to win.
King County Elections' Haley Watkins says 275,000 ballots arrived on Election Day.
And it takes time to get ballots through, to get them verified and processed securely and accurately.
Traditionally, those late ballots go to the more progressive candidates like Katie Wilson. But Thursday, Wilson won just 52% of ballots counted that day. She needs to win 55% of all ballots left to win. Bruce Harrell still clings to a 6-point lead. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Seahawks look to win again this Sunday when they host the Arizona Cardinals. Coach Mike McDonald says expect to see the team's newest offensive weapon, wide receiver Rashid Shaheed.
He's learned the playbook fast, and we're adding another big-time weapon to our offense. And that's exciting.
Kickoff Sunday at 1:05 right here on KIRO News Radio. Weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Going to be a nice day at Lumen Field as well. High 60s for kickoff, and tomorrow's also looking dry, and the rest of today also looks mostly sunny with a few clouds in the mix. Right now, 55 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Lots of stuff to get to.
Lots of great text messages coming in. You still have a chance to get yours featured at the end of the hour. 888-973-5476. We will read the very best of the best. Send those in now. All right, we got Friday favorites. We got a ton of stuff this week. A lot of stuff happened this week. We had an election.
Busy week.
That still isn't finished being counted.
Right. There were big elections coast to coast.
Yeah, and they all got solved.
Yeah. Right.
Why is it that we can't get ours counted?
We had a text about that. How many people voted in New York and they knew that night? But one of the reasons was
2 million people voted in New York.
Right. One of the reasons was such a wide margin. I mean, even if they didn't have all the votes counted that day, they knew that Mama Lemma Ding Dong was going to win.
No, it doesn't.
McDonald's.
They would never say he won though unless they counted the votes.
Yeah. Well, they had counted enough to know that the margin of uncounted wouldn't cover the gap, is what I'm saying. With this election with Katie Wilson and Bruce Harrell, it's going to come down so close to the razor's edge of difference.
Well, no, they knew that 2 million people voted. They knew
they counted all 2 million that night.
That night. That by the next day, they had all of it. Wow. And we're getting these weird dumps. They're dumping on us. Quit dumping on us. Just count them. Hey, serious question for you guys.
Yeah.
What's to stop them from just counting them? Just hire people in shifts. Just count them.
Well,
is it not important enough?
I was amazed to hear that they won't be counting over the weekend.
Of course they're not.
Why?
Because they're government, Spike. This is the theme of the week. They're incompetent. There's no motivation for them to do anything correct.
It's going to just break your heart. I swear to God it is. It's funny because I was talking to Luke Ducey, who's covering this beautifully for us here at KIRO News Radio. You know, they're going to give us a drop tonight, a big drop today on Friday, which I don't also understand why today's got more counting than yesterday or the day before. And they won't give us another drop until Monday. And they said, well, they need a weekend off. I'm like, okay, they can have next weekend off. They have 51 other weekends they could take off. They can't count through the weekend?
Makes no sense.
We know that doesn't have to be certified till the 25th. Right? So they figure they got 3 weeks to string us along at their leisure?
It's because we have a law in our state that they can receive mailed-in ballots as long as they're postmarked by
the day
of.
Should
just not. That's nonsense. They should not do that. That's ridiculous. They trickle in forever and then they don't certify it for 3 weeks. People are left hanging in the balance. You have Katie Wilson's team who are getting upset.
Right. They're throwing conspiracy out there. It seems it was awful slow count yesterday. Why are they slow walking the count?
Just count them.
Yeah.
You know what else? I actually think, like, one of the problems that they say, like, we have, 500,000 people who are registered to vote.
Mm-hmm.
A little more than half of that may be return ballots, like 250, 300 or something.
Yeah, if we're lucky.
Do you think that some of the apathy in this is because people recognize, like, if there was a sense of urgency and somebody said, hey, you know what? You vote today, you're going to know today. Vote today. No, that's a great motto. Vote today, know today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then people will go, hey, you know what? That sounds great. But instead
you know what people are going to hear? They
trickle it out for a week and a half.
They're going to hear, they told me to vote no today, so I'm voting no. That's what's going to happen.
Exactly.
That's what's going to happen to people. They said vote no today.
I think it just creates.
It's not what they said. That's not what we said.
There's no urgency to it. People don't care. So they just go, I guess I don't need to vote. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to know for a week anyway. What does it matter? Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I still love your idea in the week about the golden ticket, about the Willy Wonka, the contest, and the incentivized to be incentive to vote. One texter this week, I know we're getting, texter this week said, you know what? Put everybody in jail and put the polling place at the exit. You want to get out of jail? Vote.
It's an interesting idea, but we obviously we don't have an appetite for locking people up in this state as much as I wish we did. Let's get to some audio here. Laura, do you want to kick us off on your favorite audio of the week?
Sure. I think my favorite audio was just, right before polls closed, Katie Wilson voluntarily admitting. No one asked her this question directly. She volunteered the information.
Was her mom paying her dry cleaning bill too? What'd she say?
She has never been to the top of the Space Needle.
What's something that would surprise us about you? That would surprise you.
Gluten-free. This is the kind of question that I never know the answer to.
She said surprise.
Like, what would surprise people about me? Oh, God. Help. What is it?
Oh, what do you call it, a friend? Lifeline?
I've never been to the top of the Space Needle.
What?
Is this going to lose me the election?
You know what?
That's what it was.
You know what? I'm glad you brought this up. We played this the day before the election. No, the day of. We played this day of the election.
Yeah.
I wonder. Listen, we know the power of this radio station because Bruce Harrell basically
He was on this. He was around here like wallpaper that day. So he was here all day.
He just hung out by the bathrooms.
He detailed my car in the parking lot.
You want me to come on your show?
He was great.
He was doing everybody's show.
She was nowhere the day of the election. It's funny because we're talking about the last minute returns and how they usually historically have favored progressive candidates.
Yeah.
But I think when you're in the front of a race, and this has traditionally been held true, when you're in front, you say nothing. You wait it out. You stall. Right, and she didn't want to go on air somewhere and say something that would. She didn't want to say how hungry was the defendant. She didn't want to say something stupid.
Yeah.
Bruce.
Yeah.
So she laid low, but Bruce Harrell was here accessible all day long.
But she did drop that on us.
But she dropped that,
which is like the most Seattle thing to do.
Right.
If you're one of us,
I
you've
don't
been
like
to the top of the
salmon.
Space Needle.
I don't know if I should say this.
I don't know if I say
don't
it.
like salmon.
Never been to the top of the Space Needle. Salmon, I find very disgusting.
It's so oily.
Coffee. What? Bean water. What?
I'm a tea person.
Yeah.
Hate me if you will.
Dude, she's obviously.
You guarantee?
I don't guarantee. That's not a guarantee. That's not a guarantee. I would guess that she's a decaf tea person if I had to guess.
A little chamomile action.
I think she's big time chamomile. Yeah. Maybe some what's the sleepy one? The sleepy time teas.
Celestial seasonings where they're sleepy time
I've heard
teas.
they're a cult, but their teas are so good.
No.
What?
Oh, they're
Yeah.
Cult? What do you mean?
Like that company.
We don't know for sure that
We
is.
didn't. This is allegedly. This is something I read online.
It does explain a lot.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
We should look into that.
Yeah, we
That's
should look into that.
Cult.
There goes the Sleepy Time sponsorships. There we go.
God, I really actually wanted that sponsorship. I drink their tea all the time.
Let me go next then, Spike, because mine is related to Katie Wilson.
Okay.
And I don't know how much longer we're going to have a chance to play this. She is picking up points as these votes trickle in.
Yeah.
She has gained. She's now only down by like 5.7% on Harold's originally he had like almost just over 8% lead at one point.
Right, because it started 7. Next day he gained some, was over 8.
And now he's back down to 5.7. So there's still like 100,000 votes left to count.
Mm-hmm.
Will she get her edge? Who knows if she's going to be able to climb out of that hole. But we still have this theme song that we made for Katie Wilson. If she possibly becomes this mayor, it doesn't seem like she's likely to get it. She probably didn't even think she'd get it, but she threw her hat in the ring. And if she gets it, we think it feels like a TV show, like a comedy, almost like one of those old sitcoms you used to watch back in the day. So here it is.
There she is, walking out the steps of City Hall.
Nervous.
In her Goodwill jacket.
Tripping as she's sipping on her tea, burning her tongue a little bit. Oh, that's hot.
Hair up in a bun.
Well, Katie Wilson had a big, bold plan. Talked about justice, taking a stand.
She walks into the wrong bathroom and like, oops, walks out.
Crowd all cheered. Now she's in City Hall. And things got weird. Madam Mayor, oh no. Didn't think she'd win the race. Now she's sitting there with that uh-oh face. Madam Mayor, oh boy. She's got ideals but no idea. Where's the budget? What's a zoning thingy?
What's the zoning thingy?
I genuinely don't know if she can do the job.
Right,
but
that's our fear.
But we do have the opportunity to play. She does win. She ekes out a win.
Ride this horse all
We
the
can
way.
Madam Mayor it for a long time.
At home with a flurry grin, saying, "Can the circus please just end?" He's kneading dough and dreaming sweet of the day the headlines stop repeating. Defeat the elite. Katie's got the heart. She's got the flair. She just doesn't know what's supposed to happen there.
Madam Mayor. We'll see what happens. We'll We'll keep watching that for you. I'm really interested in this tea cult thing, though. I'm going to dive into that.
I did Google it. I'm not crazy.
What?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Can we?
I'll do my research.
you
Can we come
Googled
back
I'll
to
bring
this?
this to you.
Let's
Come
see
back to this at 2:30.
Let's get somebody from the investigative department on this before we go on the air and say
Can we
this
drop a
wonderful
deuce?
company.
Can we do that? People should understand what that is. We're not saying something that's gross. We're saying he's because he comes in with multiple stories.
Luke Ducey.
Luke Ducey, the Deuce.
Yeah,
we call him the Deuce.
The Deuce on the case.
Yeah,
I am going to drop a deuce on everybody.
that makes sense, right? People aren't mistaking that for something gross.
No,
I hope not.
it still works though.
Yeah. All right.
can I pick
We'll come back with that. Spike,
Yeah.
what's yours? What's your favorite
Okay,
story
so
this week?
there was so much election coverage we had this week. Some great stories. We had you asked every candidate that gave us their time this week, would they tax us? And I could play a montage of people who promised they wouldn't raise taxes. And I loved that. I love that the mayor of Everett's going to retain her seat because she said, they gave us a ruling. They said I can't. So they were trying to find other ways to fund.
To be fair, she never promised she wouldn't. They attempted to.
Hey,
in 2024,
she said I can't. Though.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that somebody's not going to try to.
That's fair. And they all seem to.
Currently, they're not.
They're not going to.
So that's good.
But I went a different direction this week. We played some audio that you brought to the show this week about a father who found out that his 2 sons had shoplifted from a CVS store. And the father took the sons back in to not just return the items that they'd stolen, shoplifted, but to apologize and to take ownership and accountability for their actions.
Really tough parenting. Let's play this and we can kind of chat about this because there was an issue with how he highlighted that we also had an issue with. But we'll talk about that in a second. Here it is.
Come over here. Excuse me. These are my kids right here. Okay. They came in here and they stole. I apologize. They coming in here and return the stuff that they just stole. Okay. And if you ever see them in here again, please kick them out. Okay. Or even call the police on them.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. My big manager is right there.
Come on, go. We'll take it back and tell her you apologize. No, he was stealing them. I found out he coming to return them. Okay. If you ever see him in here again, can you please kick him out?
Okay, we'll do.
Without no parents? Apologize.
Okay. Thank you.
Apologize. Thank you.
That's tough parenting right there.
It is tough parenting. And it was funny, when the story first came in, I thought, those days, because I admitted that I went through this, got caught shoplifting something. My dad dropped me back in the store, made me apologize to the clerk. It was but then I got grounded. I got punished. Boom,
same with Laura.
It feels like a life hack until you get grounded.
Until you figure out that it's wrong.
Slightly traumatized by the punishment of your parents.
Laura, you were how old again when you stole was it a Beanie Baby?
It was a Beanie Baby at Rite Aid. Yep.
So my first thought was, I thought that Dad went too far by going public with this, by putting this on social media.
Yeah.
I get that a parent wants a kid to be accountable, and because to me, the disappointing my parents and that was enough to teach me a lesson.
Just horrified, I think, and disappointed.
And let alone for the spanking and the grounding, right, which both also came.
Yeah.
But as we talked our way through the story, I had a kind of a revelation that these days, to speak to this generation of kids, to make an impact on this generation of kids, I don't know if disappointing your dad is enough anymore with this generation of kids that is so raised on social media and raised in the internet and the digital world.
Yeah.
These kids probably are more concerned about their public image on social media and their friends
you're right.
getting wind of this. So maybe this dad, who's raising kids in the digital social media era knows what's best going to get through to his kids, and maybe going viral with a public shaming of his kids is what it would take to get through to his 2 young men that he's trying to raise to know right from wrong and do the right thing.
Yeah, maybe. So you're saying he was afraid that if he didn't publicly shame them where they live their lives, which is online.
Exactly. Was it going to get through?
It wasn't going to have the impact.
Right. And I think
it's an interesting question because they do, like kids, I saw one study that says the average high schooler spends 5 hours a day on TikTok. How do you have 5 hours a day to be on TikTok?
And TikTok?
Laura, does that track for you? Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you do. I'm saying, could you see how somebody could do that?
At my worst, I've spent like 6 or 7 hours a day on TikTok.
What? Doing what?
Just scrolling.
But what?
The time flies. I'll do it at night when I get into bed. I'll play it while I'm walking around the house. In my most addicted to
what
TikTok.
What are you doing on TikTok?
Phase in 2020 when there was nothing else to do, by the way. That was when I peaked my hours.
It's just little videos. How long are the videos?
A minute will earn any creator money. So
you're watching hundreds of videos a day.
Yeah.
And don't be hard on yourself, because there's a $1 billion industry designed to ensnare you to do that.
True.
Their
algorithm. Be a little hard on yourself. Don't do 7 hours.
I should scale back. But they make Spike's point. They make it really hard.
Really addictive.
And teens are way more susceptible to that.
There's a $1 billion industry for that.
Then if that's what he's doing, and maybe he's making it, and maybe he's also doubly punishing them by making the area where they exist not as attractive. Maybe he's these kids are constantly staring at their stupid phones. I'm going to make it a place where they don't want to be because I'm there.
Right.
Shaming them. I still have a problem with the public shaming, though. It's like
as I did initially, but maybe that's. I mean, I can't. I'm just disappointed in that it's not enough that disappointing your dad is enough of a punishment.
Yeah.
Enough, you know what I'm saying? That's because that's how and I know that's how you were.
Yeah.
We talked about your
disappointing
experience.
my parents was the worst.
It was the worst. That
Usually
look,
it also came with a paddling.
and
good.
missing a couple weekends of going out of the house.
I didn't want that.
You bet. Nobody wanted that. But it's a different era these days. We talked this week about how you raise your kids without screen time.
Yeah.
Is it even how much better they would be? How much better? How much more rounded they would be, prepared for a social life?
If you don't give them phones.
If you don't give them phones or access to as much screen time, but can you even do that anymore?
You can. We're doing it, but they're still youngish.
Yeah.
My oldest is only 10, so it'll become increasingly more difficult. But I threatened the other day, because as parents we make a lot of threats, and I threatened one of my oldest was not doing what he was supposed to do. He had been instructed to go and clean up his room. You know, they need to like set their bed and make it look nice so it doesn't. We don't want to raise him in a pigsty.
No,
He was flat out just saying he wasn't going to do it. And yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Now he drew a line in the sand, and I was like, "Listen, buddy." And so what I decided to do. This is embarrassing.
Do you want? Hold off. You don't have to.
No, I want to share.
Okay.
I'll share what I did.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'll share what I did.
Thank you.
In fact,
somebody out there can benefit from
I'm going to share my parenting advice on how to share. Now, I did not do this publicly. That's the difference.
Okay.
If I would have done it publicly, I think it would have been wrong. But because I did it, I threatened to do it publicly, which would have embarrassed him massively. But I think every good parent reaches a point where you threaten to embarrass your kids in public a little bit.
Right.
Can I tell you about it when we come back?
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, because I do think it's good parenting, and it's related to a meme that's going around right now. So I think it's like doubly embarrassing for the kids.
And people are going through this in their own homes.
Yeah,
all around the region.
I'm gonna give you what it worked for me. I want to help you people as well.
Awesome.
All right, we'll be right back.
Seattle's morning news.
Hi, I'm Charlie Hargan.
And I'm Amanda Factor. Will Seattle have a new mayor?
Join us Monday for the latest on the race.
A Pierce County major charged in a DUI case gets his day in court.
Casey McNerthy from the King County Prosecutor's Office joins us for Crime and Punishment.
Seahawks Cardinals will have the game highlights.
All the day's news, traffic, and weather.
That's Monday, 5 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News.
We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even bad hair day?
Yep.
And tree branch fell on my car day?
Especially that day. Progressive has you covered 24/7 for your home and auto.
How about thought it was chicken, but it was tuna day? Or overnight construction outside my bedroom day?
Those days too.
Great, because that was each day this week.
Been there. Well, at least your home and auto are covered every day with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's your holiday tradition?
It's G. Scott here. For me, it's gathering with loved ones around a meal that brings joy. For many families, that tradition feels out of reach. Next time you shop at Safeway, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors. Your gift provides groceries to families across Washington, giving them access to nutritious food and the dignity to shop like the rest of us and choose what's meaningful for their holiday table. Visit nourishingneighbors.com and donate at your Safeway checkout. That's nourishingneighbors.com.
Time is running out to save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. Now through the end of the month, save big on home comfort systems, generators, water heaters, and more. Plus, take advantage of 12-month interest-free financing and get your home winter ready before the chilly season starts. Trust the team voted best in the Pacific Northwest to be your dedicated home comfort company. Call Bob's today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
Did you know in Washington State, you can see a physical therapist without a referral from your doctor? That's right. Thanks to Direct Access, you can skip the wait and get the care you need right away. Shannon O'Kelly, how has Direct Access changed the game?
Direct Access for us, Brock, is a game changer. Why? Is because there is so much research and data out there that says if you get in early when you have a musculoskeletal problem or an injury, the earlier you get in and we can start care, the better outcomes and the decreased downstream cost, okay? So it's so important. Our providers are all doctors of physical therapy. They're all trained to identify situations and problems. They've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got the knowledge. If you get in and start therapy early, we're going to get you back to activity, pain-free, and moving and having fun.
Fast, easy, effective. Direct Access is your path to better movement, starting with a single step. Visit irgpt.com to schedule your appointment today. irgpt.com.
Fall rains can expose hidden roof problems, and once water gets in, the damage only gets worse. Is your roof ready for the season? Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. At State Roofing and Exteriors, we repair and replace roofs with a quality you've trusted for decades. And yes, we also provide siding, windows, decks, and gutters to keep your entire home protected. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule a free estimate. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
The holiday season's here, and it is the perfect time to treat yourself to something that'll last long after the lights come down. Hi there, it's Ursula Royteen. I'm a repeat customer at Carter Subaru because they're honest people who know how to treat you right. And right now is a great time to buy. Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection in the state. Over 800 vehicles in stock. You'll find the color and trim you want with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167 without a good-to-go account, you'll now receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. A good-to-go pass saves $2 on every toll. That is not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Flight cancellations hit SeaTac Airport today. At last check, 28 scheduled flights never took off as the FAA reduces air traffic at the nation's busiest airports. This traveler tells KIRO 7 TV he was forced to change his flights.
Now I'm traveling a different airline. Not too bad of a delay, just a few hours.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warned today flight cancellations could rise to 20% if the government shutdown continues beyond next week. Today, Senate Democrats made an offer to reopen the government. Washington Senator Patty Murray says they will vote to pass that spending plan in exchange for a one-year extension of expiring Obamacare tax credits.
Our hand is outstretched. We are ready to go, a one-year clean extension, and we can reopen the government and save so many families misery.
Republicans are not on board. Senate Leader John Thune calls that proposal a non-starter. USDA says the wheels are in motion to fully restore SNAP benefits this month. Loyola Law professor Lori Levinson says that complies with a federal judge's order.
It appears that the Trump administration is working on two fronts. One is to comply, actually, with the judge's order out of Rhode Island that all of the food and nutritional services benefits be paid for November. The other is that they're filing an appeal. But it does look like the administration realizes that this is not a great issue for them, that in fact, under the law, they should be paying to the states these SNAP benefits so people can eat.
Redmond's police chief pushed back after a city council member this week seemed to urge residents to fight back against federal immigration agents. Here's Chief Darrell Lowe.
We cannot support or advocate for, I'll say violence or, fighting against federal agents. Our role is to keep the peace.
But the peace has already been broken, Chief.
That is Councilmember Angie Nueva Camina. The comments came during a meeting following ICE arrests in Redmond on Monday. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk at 2:32 with Nate Connors.
All right, Aaron, this report brought to us by the KIRO Radio Rundown. Up in Linwood, we cleared that crash, North 5 and 164th. It's sitting on your left shoulder, but it left you with a backup starting way back at State Route 104 in Mount Lake Terrace. Seattle to Everett has jumped to an hour and 10-minute commute. Bellevue to Everett still at 50 minutes. Got a little crowding now in Totem Lake, and then you're clear all the way up into Alderwood where you jam up approaching that Alderwood interchange. South 405, we've got a brief backup in Alderwood from 405 down to Damson Road where a collision is on your right shoulder, slowing you down. Over in Linwood, northbound 99, just past the Mukilteo Speedway, a collision's in your right lane. This is causing northbound traffic on the Mukilteo Speedway to jam up, approaching Highway 99, about a mile thick backup now. Linwood to Seattle, 35 minutes. You're solid from Northgate to I-90. We have some sort of blocking issue south 5 at Mid-Bowling Field. Traffic comes to a halt there. This must have just happened because I haven't received any reports yet, and it's out of my camera view. We'll have it for you at our next report, though. Meanwhile, you're backed up heading into the Michigan curve. And Bellevue to Renton, a half hour solid from Mid-Bellevue down past Coal Creek Parkway. Text newsletter to 888-973-5476 and subscribe to the daily KIRO News Radio Rundown. Get the latest news and updates from your favorite KIRO News Radio shows straight to your inbox. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Got a few lingering showers, mainly in the South Sound right now, but we are drying out nicely. Setting up to be a beautiful weekend. Mix of clouds and sunshine. Highs in the upper 50s. Could reach 60 for Seahawks Sunday. Right now, 55 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. We're going to get into, Laura brought up a tea thing earlier, which we're going to get into and just say, we've done a little research. And she was kind of...
Can we stop saying that without legal?
Not necessarily cult.
Right.
We wouldn't say cult. We would say...
an out there religion.
An out there
Way
organization.
An enthusiastic group, despite the fact they're only drinking decaffeinated tea.
Yeah, something about aliens. We'll get into it. But we played that clip in Friday Favorites about that dad who walked his
Celestial
kids.
users who love tea.
Love tea.
We'll call it CULT.
Yeah. That's funny. The dad who walked his kids in and the shaming. We just played the audio clip.
Right.
So the other day, I had the idea, and I think this is really smart, and parents can do this. So this 6-7 thing that's going around, I actually think it's on the downslide.
That's what I woke up this morning. I woke up in the middle of the night. What's going to be my Friday favorite?
Was that it?
It was it. It was Sully in the 6-7 Halloween costume. Oh,
it is a weird thing to watch because my kids don't have access to in the internet. They don't have it. We don't let them get anywhere near it. But they do have friends at school who have access to these things, and then it all spreads at school, all of the little social things.
Yeah.
So even my kindergartner was saying 6-7.
6-7 windy.
Yeah, they're all running around saying 6-7. Like and like baseball games. It all it's weird how it just swept the nation over the course of like 2 weeks.
It went viral without the internet for your kids.
Well, because their schoolmates were doing it.
Yeah.
So my 10-year-old, I said that if he didn't clean his room, I said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show up at school, and I'm going to wear a shirt that says 6-7 on it, and I'm going to pick you up outside school, and your friends will see me, and I will have a 6-7, and I'm going to bring you a shirt that says 6-7, and I'm going to ask you to put it on in front of your friends so that we are the 6-7 buddies, and then we're going to go home.
Wow.
That's all I said. Wow. To force him to clean his room because he didn't want to clean his room. So I was like, all right, I'll just get ridiculous. And he's like, Dad, knock it off. That's not funny. I'm like, no, I will. I'm going to go make the shirt right now. I'm going to make a 6'7" shirt, and I'm going to show up at your school, and I'm going to say that I'm your 6'7" buddy, and that we're going to go home and clean your room together. 6'7" buddy, 6'7". I kept saying it, and the look on his face as he's like, Dad, you're killing something that I love. And they have not said it since in my house. So I accomplished two things. One, he cleaned his room.
I was about to ask.
And two, of course parents adopting their silly stuff.
Right.
It's just there's nothing worse for them.
Have you seen the videos of dads who show up at school dressed like their daughters?
No.
No? Oh my gosh, Laura, have you ever seen this?
No.
Okay, when the daughter wants to wear short crop shirts,
cut off jeans. Yeah, I saw a dad who did that.
And dad shows up at school wearing the same outfit.
That's pretty funny,
right? But you took it to the next level because you.
Well, his is better. I don't know, his is crazier. I wouldn't wear the cut off jeans like he did, but that's very funny. It's same idea.
Yeah. Public shaming of your kid, but like you said, you didn't go viral. You didn't post it.
I didn't film it. I didn't do it.
If your kid hadn't cleaned his room,
it was a bluff. I
was about to ask.
Listen, but that's the thing. You have to have a good bluff. I have a good bluff face. I wasn't going to give in.
Never. No, old man taught me early.
I know.
Never. And his analogy is maybe not appropriate for children, but
sure.
In negotiations,
yes.
Never make a threat you aren't willing to follow through on.
Never BS a BSer.
Right. Never point an empty, unloaded.
Oh yeah.
That was the old man taught me in negotiations, and I think it's the same way with kids. If you're not willing to strap on a 6'7" shirt and go to school,
I like to think I would have done it.
I think you would have too.
I think I would have done it
because your boy is worth it.
He's worth it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll fight for him.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'll put on a 6'7" and show up in a shirt at his school in a shirt.
Oh, that's genius.
Okay,
is so smart.
Let's get a quick update on this tea thing. We were saying that and let's not even say the name of the company so we don't embarrass them. But there's a very popular tea company, right,
Yes.
Laura?
Yeah.
And
who are no longer affiliated with this person.
No longer
by the way,
affiliated.
in any way, shape, or form.
But the
company
person
has
who
long been
founded the company,
yes,
So a sleepy time type product
was interested in a cultish-like organization.
Religion that believes in a text that was supposedly given to them by aliens.
Yeah.
In
celestial
a trance-like
text.
state.
Okay, got it.
And guess what? The aliens were racist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As they often are.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Speciesist is
I don't
really
date
what-
outside my green skin tone.
Yeah.
Oh, those people.
Spike,
They're not people.
Have you seen, speaking of cults, this is fun, and I know the answer to this, which is why I'm bringing it up, but you absolutely have to see it. Have you seen Wild Wild Country on Netflix?
No, you mentioned this during the break, and I'm completely oblivious
Laura, when
to
did this come out? Was it
Wild Wild Country?
17, 18, 19? I felt like it was
I
pre-pandemic.
think it was, let me double check.
Wild Wild Country is one of
2018.
2018, okay. It's one of the best documentaries. It's right up there with Searching for Sugar Man. You saw Searching for Sugar Man.
I've seen that. Yeah.
You talked to him, right?
We had him on our show. He was a guest. That's right.
Sixto Rodriguez.
Yeah, yep.
He's no longer with us. Rest in peace. But
Right.
that
Incredible
documentary,
individual.
Searching for Sugar Man, was so amazing. It's almost like you almost didn't think it was real. Same thing here with Wild Wild Country. As I was watching it, as my wife and I were watching it, I thought it was a mockumentary. I thought it was a fictionalized thing because it's so unbelievable, and it happens in this tiny little town in Oregon, where a cult moves in.
Oh, wow.
And Laura, you watched it, right?
Yeah.
Is this not the best documentary you've ever seen?
It's beyond. You've got the most rural Oregon, small town type of people.
Think of like Astoria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even smaller.
Well, it's I'm looking up here. Antelope, Oregon, which is like central Oregon, right? Middle of nowhere.
They're really middle of nowhere. And suddenly they're
Don't watch
surrounded by nearly hundreds of
more than that. Yeah.
People who everyone has shaved heads and they're all wearing maroon
Weird
robes.
Yeah. You got it.
Just floating around town.
Don't look at it.
Okay.
And then it turns into like a land rights dispute.
Then it gets weird.
Yeah.
That's not even the weirdest part. Then it gets weird.
Oh, okay.
But I think
after shaving your heads and all wearing the same outfits, then it gets weird.
How many episodes is it? It's an episodic thing, right?
6 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because you're a bachelor this week.
I am. I
Your
got a
wife's
free
gone.
weekend.
Yeah.
Well, there was a couple football games I wanted to watch, but I could skip
In
that
between
for
the
this.
football games,
Okay.
you will devour this. I'm not even joking. You'll probably
right
want to
on.
watch it straight through.
You'll watch the whole
I'm
thing.
starting tonight.
Yeah. Start it tonight. Get yourself
Will my
a good
dog
meal.
like it? Because I have to pick something we'll like together.
Your dog probably would like it, actually.
It's colorful.
Yeah, it's very good. Andrew, have you seen this? Did you see Wild Wild Country?
No, I have not.
You've not seen it either?
No.
Oh, now we have to bully both of you into watching it.
You really do have to watch this.
Do
It's
you
one of
like?
those things.
Do you like tea, Andrew? It's before we get to
Yeah. Are you into tea? No, he doesn't like tea. Andrew's
He's coffee.
He's
man.
good. You're a tea guy. All right. Well,
he's good. Okay.
Then you'll like this documentary for sure. Check it out. It's really, really good.
So the same guy who started, is that what we're saying? The same guy
No.
started this famous
He
tea
wasn't.
company?
Unrelated cult.
Oh, okay.
We jumped from one cult to the other.
Okay, because
all cults have a similarity.
They really do. They really do.
Made
man.
up of crazy people.
Yeah.
But they're very interested in why people get into them and how they get out of them. Super, super fascinating. But you have to watch Wild Wild
I'm
Country.
going to. It's
I'm shocked because
fantastic.
normally it's Laura who's never seen anything.
Right.
Finally.
Yeah.
There's something I've seen.
We should ask Spike and shame him. Spike, you've seen Wild Wild Country. What? You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It's funny though, as I'm doing, I'm not going to watch the trailer, but I've heard this name, Bhagwan Shree Rajneesh. I've heard of this guy. I remember when this story happened.
What year was it? 70 something, 60 something, 1960s, 1970s.
Oh,
it's been a while.
I don't know. The documentary came out in 18.
They moved there in 81.
81.
Okay.
The ranch in
Bhagwan Shree
Oregon.
Rajneesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a crazy story.
Wow.
You're not going to believe it.
Wow.
We should. In fact, we should.
I'm gonna stop reading.
You stop
I'm gonna
reading.
Stop reading.
We should
Because
actually do a whole segment on your reaction to
Katie
it
in
next
Tacoma
week.
says, okay, this weekend we're all going to watch it. Come back at 2 o'clock on Monday and we'll discuss.
Has Katie not seen it either?
I guess Katie in Tacoma
this is
also
a great-
hasn't
Katie,
seen
I'm
it.
so excited.
We have a group
Jealous.
assignment.
Okay.
Really? Oh, it's that good?
Group
It's
assignment
that good.
homework.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's the kind of thing that you wish you hadn't seen so that you could get the experience of watching it again for the first time. It's that good. So go and enjoy it this weekend. Come back next week, folks. We'll talk about it together. Let's get into text messages next. We have a ton of those. So we'll get into those, and then we'll wrap the week up. We'll send you guys out to the weekend. You can watch your documentaries, then we'll be back here on Monday.
Great.
But let's get to the text first. We'll be right back.
On a 3-game win streak.
Got a man out there, the ball is caught.
Coming off a dominant win with the entire country watching.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
The Seahawks are back in front of the 12s. Out to show the hype is real. And looking to feast on some desert bird. Seahawks, Cardinals. Sunday at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 1:05. Pregame at 10 a.m.
The 12s hear the Hawks right here on KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
Hey, it's sunny right now, but the rainy season is definitely back, right? It's time to protect your home now with help from the pros at Integrity Roofing and Construction. Years of experience in roofing and restoration, they have skilled teams that deliver exceptional craftsmanship, whether it's a simple roof repair, full roof replacement, or a full renovation. Integrity offers free estimates, and their customer satisfaction just speaks for itself. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Schedule your free estimate today. Call 206-202-ROOF to schedule your free estimate, or visit integrityrc.com. That's integrityrc.com.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfield. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang, that one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
I'm Navy vet Phil Briggs, here for Navy Federal Credit Union. I always love Veterans Day because it's when I see my buddies posting up pictures of us when we were younger and built for speed. Navy Federal Credit Union also celebrates veterans of all branches and their families every day of the year. As a veteran, you can become a member and access exclusive rates, discounts, and financial tools for the whole family. So become a member today at NavyFederal.org/veterans. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now the company's changed, or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300, 206-656-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is making it easier to get answers with a comprehensive wellness panel. It's not just a lab test, it's where better performance begins. Our providers will check your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. A $400 value for just $99, or free if you start treatment. Over 120,000 men have trusted Revive to restore their energy, mood, and confidence. So if you're ready to feel better and live stronger, call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Offer ends November 30th. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
This is Lynn. She's always been active, maybe a little too active back in the day.
When I was 19 years old and immortal, I stripped out all my ligament and I had to have 6 knee surgeries, and that's on my right knee. And then my left knee finally gave out and had a torn meniscus.
Years of pain followed until she saw Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm 4 months out and I have no pain in my knees, and I have had knee pain my whole life. I have no concept of what it was like without pain. It's a miracle. I'm totally thrilled.
No pain, no limits.
Dr. Wagner gave me the green light to ski again this year. I'm like, that's incredible. So I'm just so excited.
After years of surgeries and setbacks, Lynn finally got her freedom back.
I think he saved my legs, so saved my knees, and gave me at least another 10, 15 years to do what I want to do.
If joint pain is holding you back, find out what stem cell therapy could do for you with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
The Home Comfort Alliance Warehouse Clearance Sale ends soon. Save 25 to 75% and enjoy 18-month 0% financing. Visit homecomfortalliance.com today.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
All right, welcome back. Tons of text messages to get to. Let's dive right in. Lauren, go for it.
On the Starbucks baristas, Doug in Mount Vernon says, barista, only you can prevent caffeine withdrawals.
That's funny. Good job.
I loved earlier you said Smokey got laid off by the federal government. Now he's got a
Furloughed.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. On the vote count for mayor, Karina in Seattle says the Seattle mayoral race is ominously similar to the playoffs. Day 1, yay. Day 2, ooh, thank goodness. Day 3, we're still ahead. Day 4,
She's totally right. That is the feeling. You start going like, oh my gosh, I can see where this is going.
Yeah.
Although weirdly, maybe a little less anxiety for me than I felt during the playoffs.
I know.
Is that bad? That's probably bad.
It's probably bad. But I don't know.
It's true.
Whatever.
This is more important, but that is more fun.
Here's a question. Would you rather have an unexperienced person running the city of Seattle? I mean, this is an easy answer.
Right.
I don't live in Seattle. Who's never had a job like this before and who's now going to have $9 billion and 14,000 employees. Or the Mariners made it to the World Series.
Oh, we're getting...
I would say send the Mariners to the World Series.
I would too. Yeah.
Because whatever.
Okay, would you rather lose a finger or have an unexperienced mayor?
I'm the only one who lives. Is it bad that... Oh, no, I have to pick mayor. I really want to pick World Series.
You don't have to pick mayor.
It's a free country.
I want to pick World Series.
Good, then do it.
But realistically, I have to pick mayor because I do live here. And
Yeah,
it
but-
impacts me.
A World Series T-shirt, a World Series winner, or the worst mayor in America. You pick right now.
Well,
I'm not saying
we'll
she's
find
the
out.
worst mayor. I'm not saying that.
We all know what Laura would have picked. She means to pick the Mariners, even though she's doing this smart thing
I'm going to
by
be a
picking mayor.
responsible citizen.
All right.
in this thought experiment.
On postmarking, Begging Olympia says they used to postmark in every post office, and then for efficiency, they started sending everything to bigger city post offices. Much of Western Washington mail goes to Tacoma, even though you might be an hour or more away.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a lot of texts about this. Vicky in Concrete also said we live in a rural area, Concrete, and all of our mail goes to Everett to be postmarked.
Nobody has a rubber stamp at the post office? You can't stamp something?
You can't stamp with a triple stamp. What's that from?
I don't know. What is that?
Stamp with a double stamp. I don't remember either.
Do you
I don't know why I
think?
said it.
Gene in Chimicum says, postal workers have graciously hand-stamped ballots and other critical documents on the same day for me when I've asked. And that's what Luke said, too.
Oh, there you go.
If you
Just
can ask
ask.
somebody to stamp this.
Just remember to
as
ask
received.
nicely. We do love our
Yeah,
postal
we
workers.
do, yeah.
Even if they work for a company that doesn't know what they're doing. Can't stamp a double stamp is Dumb and Dumber.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yes.
Lloyd and
Thank you.
Harry.
Thank you.
206 says they make it real clear when the ballots are due. If people can't get it together in 2 to 3 weeks, they have, then too bad for them, not my problem.
Wow.
Also correct.
What a
206.
parental point of view.
Correct.
I love it.
On the value of USPS, JLV in Puyallup says the post office is a service paid for by my taxes. I don't expect them to make a profit, just like I don't expect the fire department, police, or military to make a profit.
Well, that's different, JLV. You're talking about something different. So the post office actually does take your money. The fire department doesn't charge you for the services that they render, so they're not supposed to make a profit.
Right.
Originally, the post office was designed
Be
to
self-sufficient.
Be
Yeah.
self-sufficient,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But I understand what you're saying.
Rick Olympia says, I've been around for over 70 years. Not once have I had a bad experience with the Postal Service, but I have had issues with FedEx and UPS. The USPS is not a for-profit entity. I see their employees working hard every day in all types of conditions.
Again, Rick, I would forward you to the above explanation that we just gave. Yes, they were a for-profit entity, not to be making money to it, but to at least carry their own weight.
Yep.
Again, I would say, no, just kidding. Thank you, Rick. That's an interesting text. Although wrong.
On trades being protected from AI jobs in our great interview with Lynette Brower.
She was
so
great.
great.
What
Yeah,
a
we're going to get that
charming-
up online if you missed it. But if you can also listen to the
fantastic.
podcast. 425 says AI cannot replace interstate Yoda delivery persons. Less pay, but essential services.
Thank you, 425. I love this place. 206 says, I'll be impressed by AI when it figures out how the Seahawks are playing while they're actually on the field. I was told there was no game scheduled.
What?
I don't know.
Well, no, they did that for me for the Mariners games too. My mom looked up using ChatGPT, what are the times
Oh.
of the Mariners games this week? And she sent me a screenshot. And we were going to plan our whole schedule around that. And then I Googled it and double checked
was
on their
wrong.
website. AI was totally wrong. All the times were off.
AI, get it
So, I
together.
mean, that's downright dangerous.
Dave and Graham says, when I was in junior high in high school, what? They offered welding, wood shop. Oh, he probably meant and. Anyway, they offered welding, wood shop, and metal shop. I took all those classes, and now I'm a general contractor and own my own construction company. I agree with what she is saying. AI will not replace what I do on a daily basis. It may affect aspects of it, but it's doubtful that it will replace a large portion of what I do daily. Dave is totally right. One thing that I can see AI doing, I did see AI on a little machine map out where they were going to have to build it was on a slab, where you put up walls and stuff. And this machine just went boop, 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 and printed everything out. It was pretty amazing.
It can be helpful, but you still need a man who knows how to swing a hammer and read a rule.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right, we got John Curley Show coming up next. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Watch Wild Wild Country. We'll talk about it next week. Bye-bye.
There's two types of people.
The G and Ursula Show.
The ones that use a washcloth or a loofah sponge.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
The other are bare hand bandits. They just grab the soap. Growing up, my delegation, we always use washcloths.
Hate to break it to you, but I think my hand's going to be much better than this brush.
Yeah, what? I am uncomfortable.
Really?
Rubbing all over myself
So
without there being a buffer.
Watch live on YouTube and the KIRO Newsradio app.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. People say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So, looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167, some things have changed, and some things haven't. Using those lanes without a good-to-go account means you'll receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. You'll always pay the lowest toll rate with good-to-go. No change. Carpoolers now need a Flex Pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. Does a good-to-go pass still save you $2 on every toll? Definitely not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com. Free Flex Passes while supplies last.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
If your closets are bursting at the seams like the Curly household, it's time to call the pros at Closets by Design Seattle. Every job is completely custom. Free in-home design consultation. Right now, they're offering big savings up to 40% off, plus an additional 15% off with 18 months financing and free installation. You're getting the quality and backing of a national brand, but with friendly local Seattle service. Go to closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule your free in-home design consultation today.
Your best source for local news, KIRO News Radio.